Hey, what is good, guys? Checking out a special live edition of the RCWR show, dropping for Friday night of May 28th, 2021. We're doing something kind of cool for you guys here. We're doing a nice little live watch-along. We got a nice little live watch-along that's going on right now, as we got AEW Dynamite on for a special Friday night. It's going to be on Friday night next weekend as well. We got us a match that's underway right now. Wow, and it looks pretty damn good from Daly's Place. There's a decent amount of fans that's in attendance here. We got Dolph Ziggler's brother. Gotta make sure we say brother. Looks like he's out at ringside with couple of other guys, as Darby Allin is in action right now. He's in one-on-one action. I'll let you guys know who the guy is he's taking on in a hot second. But the match looks pretty damn good so far. It's off to a damn good start. We got Sting at ringside too. See what we got going on here. Darby is getting his ass whooped right now, man. He is getting his ass whooped, I'm telling you. I thought that was Cesar Bononi. I thought that was him. All right, so it's Darby Allin taking on Cesar Bononi. He is towering over Darby Allin right now, man. I mean, he is getting his ass handed to him, yo. Still to come, we got Miro, who's going to be in action defending the TNT Championship. That should be pretty good. Scorpio Sky, Ethan Paige are going to be taking on Dark Order. Look like they might be taking on Evil Uno and John Silver. I could be wrong about that, though. There's a decent amount of fans in attendance, man. I gotta say, it looks pretty good. Seats I'm seeing so far, pretty filled up. Looks like maybe it's about 1,500, give or take, that's in attendance. Looks pretty good. Oh, Bonini just tossed Darby Allin over the top rope, man. Going for a cover. Near fall. Right back on top, and it's another kick out. He's going for it again. Yeah, you got to do a lot more than that. I keep wondering when Bononi is going to focus on the abs of Darby Allin, because he's got a white bandage that's all around his waist. It's like home in on it right now, man. Go in on it already. A lot of fans in attendance, man. And for those of you that might be a little bit curious, there are a lot of fans in attendance that are not wearing their mask. And of course, as you all know, Florida, they've relaxed a great deal on their mask, recommendations and all that. They've relaxed on that greatly. I actually got a buddy of mine that's going to be moving to Florida in a couple of weeks. And she was telling me how cool it's been down there. And then not for nothing, but everything that's been going on with the pandemic out there. Remember, earlier on last year, Florida was looked at as a hot spot as far as COVID and all that goes, cases and all. But, I mean, they've had some of the lowest numbers when you look at all the states. So the fact that there's a lot. Oh, man, the Brock Lesnar guy is in the house, too. Holy shit. No bull, yo. The Brock Lesnar guy, the Brock Lesnar fan, he's actually at Dynamite. Where else are you going to get information like that but here on this show? I stay peeping now who all is in attendance at these shows, man. Yeah, you can see him clear as day, though. He's in front of the hard camera, the main hard camera. Darby Allin with a high-risk maneuver from the top rope. Connected. Boom. And was able to get the 3 count. Darby Allin picking up the dub. Was that for the TNT champion? Nope, not for the TNT championship. Crowd's loving it. They are eating it up. There's a lot of people in the house, man. I mean, this is a great turnout. A great turnout. As far as the demographics go, for what I've been seeing of the fans so far, predominantly white. Looks like between the ages of, um, I would say the main age range, it looks like it's maybe 22 and up. You got some kids in the house as well. Sting's checking up on Darby Allin. Darby's getting ready to talk. Let's see. He's calling out Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. He wants them to come out right now rather than wait for the pay-per-view. He knows they like jumping people from behind. He wants them to come out right now. Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky actually came out. They look like they rocking the Miami Vice joint right, man. Yeah, y'all gotta peep what Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page are wearing, man. They look like Sonny Crockett and freaking Tibbs, man, from Miami Vice. How they're dressed. Weird combination of that meets Magnum PI type of stuff. Alright, so Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page, they just pretty much said, nah, we ain't fighting you guys for free. Forget about that. But we'll see you guys this Sunday, where it's gonna be the end of you all and the beginning of us. Sting and Darby Allin got jumped from behind though. They got jumped from behind by I don't know the guy's name. But the guy that used to be hooked up with the Liberian, Leva Bates, I can't think of his name right now, but him and two other guys, they pretty much had jumped Darby Allin and Sting. Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page tried to pick up the scraps, but once again, Dark Order just now came to the rescue of Sting and Darby Allin as Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky hauled ass. Yeah, that's right. Take your shirts off. Make sure everybody sees your pecs and your abs. That's right. But it really wasn't needed. It's like, I can understand it if you're going to jump in the ring and you're going to beat the crap out of somebody and you're kind of like, man, let me hurry up and get my shirt off because, man, I can't wait to tear into this motherfucker. That'd be one thing. No, you got to take your shirts off and all that once you get to the top of the ramp area just to look cool. Okay. All right, so Darby Allin, Sting, Dark Order. They're just looking at each other. Now they're starting to give dabs. They're starting to give each other dabs. So that's cool. It never was really explained why Dark Order has been so involved in coming to the rescue of Sting and Darby Allin. We never did really get that defining, hey, we respect the hell out of these guys. We kind of look up to them. We never did really kind of get that official. And if it played out on Elevation or on Dark, it's kind of like, okay, well, we should have at least gotten a recap on Dynamite. This should be interesting. Evil Uno and Stu Grayson are going to be taking on Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page later on in the night. So we should see Sting and Darby Allin maybe try to make a cameo in that matchup, yeah? Also tonight, Jay Cargill taking on Kylan King. We got the 1 year anniversary of Sheeta's championship reign. Anthony Ogogo versus Cody Rhodes weigh-in, hosted by Big Show Paul White. That's going to be coming up next as we're going to a commercial break right now. But tonight's a pretty good loaded up card for Dynamite, what they got going on. Oh, I was ready for a commercial break. Wait a minute, what's going on here? All right, so we got Paul White. He's coming out right now, but I would think we're probably getting ready to go into a commercial break. Let's see here. Gonna have to start calling Paul White red shoes. He got red shoes on like I don't know what, man. They look comfortable though, man. Look like some Nikes. Trying to peep out what's going on with them shoes. Yeah, they're taking a break. They're taking a commercial break. Damn, Paul White already sweating like a mofo, man. Surely he poured some water over his head. That had to been the case, yo. All right, so we got a commercial break right now. All right, so how everybody doing tonight, man? You guys doing good? You nice and relaxed? Y'all good to go? You ready for the weekend? You ready for this Double or Nothing pay-per-view event? We're going to definitely go over the AEW Double or Nothing card later on in the show. I'll give you guys my picks as far as who I think is going to come out of that victorious this weekend. We can also talk NXT ratings for this week, as now we got the ratings. And what else? We can even do the ratings breakdown for NXT as well when we get a chance. We got a couple little tidbits of some wrestling, non-wrestling related news we can get into on the show tonight. But pretty much the first half of the show is pretty much just going to be all about AEW Dynamite. So, you know, if you're not able to watch Dynamite tonight, you picked a nice little decent time to, you know, basically be tuning in. We're pretty much doing this for you guys as a result of the polling results. Because remember, we had polled you guys, what was it, last week. And pretty much I had said to you guys, look, this is what's going on with the programming, need some help. And the majority of you guys said, hey, you know, hook us up with a late Friday night show going into Saturday. So that's what we're doing for you guys right now. I gotta work on some logos while I'm in here, man. I'm gonna try to work on a little wallpaper, a little thumbnail for the stream while we got Dynamite on here. Let's see here. Yeah, 36% of you wanted for me to do a super show. We did that, which was Tuesday. And then you guys said do a late night Friday show. That's what we're doing for you guys right now as we speak. So when it's all said and done, between Dynamite, the watch along, and then overall thoughts about Dynamite, going over the Double or Nothing card, ratings and all that, I mean, we pretty much should be done way before 1 a.m. So should be pretty good. All right. We're still on the commercial breaks, by the way. We still got the commercials coming about. Let's see here. Oh, so apparently tomorrow on TNT. Hang on. What we got? What's coming up here? Nice. 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 So on TNT, Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, they're going to be airing a countdown to Double or Nothing. And it looks pretty cinematic the way that they did this. It looks like it's kind of part documentary while at the same time setting up all the matches you're going to be seeing that Sunday and everything. It looks pretty good. Just a little preview that they showed. All right, so we got Paul White in the middle of the ring now. So Paul White is officiating the weigh-in. He's saying no shenanigans. There's going to be a serious weight. This is going to be a serious weight-in. He's introducing Anthony Ogogo. And we got Anthony Ogogo out with QT Marshall and his faction. Lord have mercy. Oh, damn. Big Show just told Anthony Ogogo, hey, son, don't be eyeballing me and be the last time you look at me. Oh, man. He said, you don't want none of this. Now he's introducing Cody. Oh, he's really playing up Cody. Oh, he really put some respect on that brother. He said, the America's dream, Cody Rhodes. Oh, cool. Cody's got students from his Nightmare Factory that basically are coming out with him. Oh, family and friends are with Cody right now. Holy shit. I ain't seen Red Velvet in a minute with Cody. It's been a minute since we've seen her, yeah? Dustin's out. Arn is out. Cody got a nice, sweet ass red jumpsuit on. Looks pretty badass. I wouldn't be surprised if they made that available on Pro Wrestling Tees. It looks pretty sweet. Big Show's trying to have both men double down on not pulling any shenanigans. Just a simple wait in. He's asking them to refrain from any physicality until the pay-per-view. Cody Rhodes is up first for the weigh-in. Big. Cody looks good, I gotta say. He looks like he's slimmed down quite a bit. He's looking more leaner. Seeing more definition in his abs, particularly. How much our boy weigh? Should have got a digital scale, yeah. They struggling with this traditional scale, yo. Big Show just said, I didn't have time to invest in a digital scale. This is all I can do. He's at 218. He's weighing Cody at 218. Big Show struggled with that scale, man. Oh, I love that. I love that. That was hilarious. All right, Anthony Ogogo's up next. Take your time, guys. Seriously, it's just a wait in. We ain't doing nothing else. Take your time. Anytime, guys. All right. Ogogo's getting on the scale. Here we go. Come on now. Damn, Big Show's struggling with this scale, yo. Even Cody's kind of looking on like, anytime now. Damn, Big Show, come on, dude. 219. He's weighing Anthony Ogogo at 219. Okay. Oh, well, QT's got the mic. QT's got the mic. He's telling Big Show to hold up. QT is saying that Anthony Ogogo is the more dominant one. He's the stronger one. He all of this just because he weighs a pound more than Cody Rhodes. He just said Anthony Ogogo's gonna win, all because he's a pound heavier than Cody. This is some funny shit, yo. Lord have mercy. That's what I'm saying, JR. JR just said as if 1 pound's gonna make a difference. All right, so Cody's playing up to the crowd. He just got up on the turnbuckle and he's gesturing towards the crowd. They're letting him have it. All right, QT's trying to counter. He's trying to have Ogogo go to the opposite side of the corner of the turnbuckle and see if he can get the same reaction Cody just got. He ain't getting it though. QT and crew looks like they rolling out. Yeah, they rolling out. Oh, Cody's got the mic. He's not saying anything. He's not saying anything special. He's just saying give it up for Paul White. That's it. That's it. So let me see if I got this straight, right? We got Anthony Ogogo taking on Cody Rhodes in this one-on-one match. We're trying to make it be kind of like diplomatic or whatever. USA versus, what is it? Great Britain or whatever. And we're not doing anything as far as a stipulation goes for this match. We're not doing anything. Just feels weird. It feels weird. It's probably the only thing that's kind of lacking about this upcoming match right now. We're getting an Inner Circle Pinnacle recap. They're talking about the previous Stampede match. Let's cut that. Yeah, just a recap. That's all we're getting here. Just a recap. So pretty much the gist of what's being laid out by Inner Circle right now is there's no way they're gonna lose this Stampede. Oh, coming up next, a celebration of the Inner Circle, hosted by Eric Bischoff. Meanwhile, backstage, oh shit, Christian Cage is fighting with Hobbs. Powerhouse Hobbs. Hobbs getting the best of him right now. Get him, Hobbs! Get him, man! They're fighting somewhere. It looks like they're fighting in some type of basement area where there's a bunch of stuff in storage behind a couple of steel cages. Oh, snap! Christian just hit Hobbs in the abdominal region with a freaking oh, nice tackle. Nice tackle. Christian just tackled the hell out of Hobbs. He's going to his dome. Yeah, he hit him with one of those parking valet poles. Good shit, man. Good shit right there. All right, we got our next match underway. We got Hangman Adam Page coming out. Taz is doing commentating for this one. Oh, who's this one? Okay. Hey, Sonny Kiss. Hey, seen Sonny Kiss in a minute. All right, Sonny. All right, Sonny. All right, so we got Joey Janela, Adam Page underway right now. Joey looks pretty good. He looks like he's lost a little bit of weight too and is trying to bulk up a little bit. Yeah, because I got to be honest, last time I saw Joey Janela, he looked, and I'm not saying this to be mean or anything, but he looked a little bit overweight. Looked like he was hitting the six packs a little too hard there. He's looking nice and kind of tight now. Still a little thick, but looks a lot better. Looks a lot better on him the way he's wearing it. I'm just happy we got Sonny Kiss back, man. Mm. They trading chops right now. Hangman got the best of that one. Janela ain't able to keep up with your boy. Suplex in the cover. Near fall for Paige. Let's see what we got here. Damn, no bullshit. I didn't even know Tony Schiavone was on this damn show. He's been kind of quiet most of the night. I didn't even know he was here. He must have been having some mic issues or something. Our boys are still going at it. All right, we got a commercial break. Oh no, don't give me that picture in I hate picture in picture. I'm out. See, they say picture in picture, not like no. I'm good. I'm good on the picture in picture. Okay. I'm still putting the thumbnail together for the show, but let's see here. Yeah, that'll work. Kind of like that. I think that looks good. Let's see. Anything else I want to do? Let me see here. Let me see something. Kind of feel like I should do something else. Let's do this. Let's see what we got here. They're still on a commercial break. Let's see here. So Paige got banned from, or rather, Paige got banned from Twitch, eh? Boy, I tell you. I'll comment more on it later, but I mean, you can't exactly feel sorry, right? And that's not being hateful or anything like that. You can't really feel sorry for her, right? It's like same rules that we all apply to when we're using that platform. Me, you, me, or anybody else tried to do the same shit that she had did, unless we had got permission beforehand, yeah, we're gonna get in trouble, and we really got no business complaining. All right, they're back from commercial break. We got a full screen again. They're plugging the next AEW Dynamite event that's going to be live Friday, June 4th. So one important note here, and I think it's a really cool move on AEW's part. I was expecting tonight was going to be a pre-taped show. They're live as we speak, and they're saying they're going to be live again next Friday. So it's pretty solid. I like that. I am missing something. Let's see. Add layer effects. Huh. Somehow I am missing. It's been a good match so far. No, it ain't layer properties. It is. No, it's layers. It's layers. Layer properties. Nope. Uh-oh. Janela just connected with a nice flying elbow drop on Hangman. Your fault. Nice. Hangman just connected with a rolling elbow to the face of Janela. He hit him with it again. And he just powerbombed his ass. Oh, whoa. Hangman's already fucking... Damn, his head's open. Oh, that's it. Buckshot lariat. That's it. That's it. Hey, I want to know how Hangman got busted open, though, yo. Definitely not a blade drop. I'll tell you guys that right now, because I know we got some of that shit that likes to be flying around on social media. You see what happened with poor fucking Christopher Daniels, and everybody thought that was a poor blade fucking job. And you see the amount of stitches that he had got, which was pretty much right under his eye. Like, no. Taz is trying to get Paige's attention here. See what this is about. He said he wants to introduce him to one of his good friends that's going to whoop his ass this Sunday, Brian Cage. Say he wants to come out and say hello to you. Paige said, hey, Taz, you can go ahead and shut the hell up. So Paige is expecting a beatdown. Oh, wait a minute. Ooh. 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 He's got a good point. Oh shit. Shit. Damn. Yeah, for real. All right, so so Paige just said, "Hey, yo, I was expecting for Ricky Starks, for Hook. You know, I was expecting for all these guys to come out, but Cage, I was expecting for you to be able to handle your business on your own. You know, won't you be a real man and won't you face me, you know, one on one? Do you really need all these guys fighting your fight, or your balls that small by now?" Shit. So he told him straight up, leave the boys in the back when it comes to facing him one on one this Sunday. And Cage pretty much said, "You're on." He didn't get jumped though. He didn't get jumped. How would I do that? Let's see. They just cut the Moxley and Kingston. Looks like. Are you serious? What the fuck? We were just getting ready to see an awesome killer ass promo, a little pre-produced promo with Eddie Kingston and John Moxley talking about what they're gonna do to the Bucks and everything, and they were starting to dig a ditch for the Bucks Nikes. Remember the Nikes that they jacked off their feet? What was it, like last week? We were getting ready to watch them bury them while they were cutting their little promo, and it just automatically they got interrupted for a fucking series of commercials. Do they have a new team working Friday tonight? What the hell is going on here? You know? Jesus Christ. That makes no damn sense. Like, what's going on? You got a new team for your Friday night shit? The guy that usually isn't available that's usually available Wednesdays, he's not able to hook you up on Fridays? What the hell? It's fucking silly, man. Alright, so we got another commercial break. Hopefully, when they come back from commercial, this will be squashed and they can kind of pick up right where they left off, because that just looked really bad. Let's see what we got here. Let's see here. Race, inches, resize, flatten, layer. There it is. Alright, we're still on a commercial break, y'all. Yeah, y'all been enjoying the watch along so far. Make sure you smash that like button. I'm doing something wrong here. Okay. AEW is back. They're showing it now. They're showing it in its entirety now. Ha! Moxley got on a kick-ass, bitch-ass-fuck shirt. I love that. But it doesn't say as fuck. It just says AF. And right up under it, it says Mox. So it says bitch AF Mox. I love it. I love that shirt. Moxley said, I want those belts, Eddie. Eddie's like, I feel you, I feel you. Moxley said, I need those belts. Ooh, he just called the Bucks a couple of T-bone steaks and they're hungry dogs. I love these guys. Kingston is so good, man, on that mic. I mean, he is fucking butter. He is fucking butter, man. Eddie pretty much said, we're gonna beat the Bucks so bad, maybe they'll be the new EVP. Kingston's like, maybe I'll be the new EVP. Hey Mox, maybe you'll be the new EVP. Mox said real quick, nah, I don't want that. All right, we got Tony Schiavone in the ring now. Okay. So this is about where's Orange Cassidy's head at. Remember the paperwork that Omega and Callis tried to give Cassidy last week? Basically, hey, don't do the match or some shit like that. So we got Pac coming out. Yeah, Pac ain't even supposed to be here. Pac just kicked Schiavone out the ring. Yeah, we were, but it's all good. Got no problem with Pac. So pretty much this Sunday, per Pac, Orange Cassidy is irrelevant. Only person that's relevant is the man that's going to be beating Kenny Omega to become the new champion, and that's Pac. He's calling out Kenny. Oh, I didn't even put the chat up. Sorry about that, guys. Let me put the chat up for you guys. Let me see here. There you go. There you go. Don Callis just appeared on the Titantron. Pretty much, Callis is saying he and Omega don't want to have anything to do with Pac. Pretty much calling him a nutty bar. Omega just tried to attack Pac from behind, but Pac's pretty much anticipated. He just floored the shit out of Omega. Good Brothers are now trying to get in there. Yeah, they piling up on him now. They getting on his ass. Hey, other two members of Death Triangle just came out to save Omega as Good Brothers just went flying. They just said, it's okay, we good. Are you just gonna abandon your champion like that, though? Omega's back on the offense. Music of Orange Cassidy just came on. Here come Orange Cassidy with Best Friends and Chris Statlander. Not the type of ovation I was expecting for Orange Cassidy. It's lackluster. I'm hoping maybe when the music stops, the fans will... Let me see here. Damn, it's dead quiet right now. It is so quiet, yo. Okay, now there's some quiet chants for Freshly Squeezed. It's picking up. Yeah, he needed that because it was pretty fucking dead when he was coming out. Cassidy just handed Omega a envelope. That contract offer, shred it. Shred it. Superman punch to the face of Kenny Omega as Cassidy just laid him out. That's pretty much it for him. Cassidy's looking at the AEW Championship, but Pac just came to his feet as he's looking face to face with Cassidy. Oh, now they going at it. Oh, okay. Who's going to get the upper hand on this one? Oh. Cassidy managed to avoid contact. Another Superman punch to the face of one Pac. Laid him out. So cool. Had to put the shades back on. And you got the Freshly Squeezed chance. All right, they're taking another commercial break. Was a little concerned about the reactions there for Freshly Squeezed there originally, man. That looked kind of rough for a hot minute, but it picked up the crowd. I don't know what was going on, man. It's almost like somebody kind of elbowed the shit out of them. Oh yeah. And it was kind of one of those type of deals. But it's kind of interesting because Pac, for what it was worth, got some type of reaction. It was pretty chilled there for Omega. I would say between the three, Omega, I would say it was a tie between Omega and Cassidy, but at the end, Cassidy actually ended up, for all of what he was involved in there, he got more of a better reaction than what Omega got. So need to pay attention to that a lot more as AEW is going to be hitting the road there, man, because I know they're touting the whole thing about Omega is this, Omega is that, but it's not quite matching up to the vast majority of fans and what they're saying in forums on social media and all that. They still on commercial break. But now I managed to finish my thumbnail, so I'm gonna actually update it. Let's update this thumbnail here, and let's go here. All right, where we at Wow, I can't believe an hour has already gone by. Wow. It's quick, man. It was quick. Okay, let's see here. Let's go to live. And we still got the commercials going. Alright, it's all good. Alright, so let's take this out. And let's come here. Whew. Let's put our thumbnail right here. And I'm just going to save that thumbnail. Young, this Applebee's commercial is blowing me, man. Don't nobody know your goddamn name when you fucking come and eat at these fucking restaurants. I mean, you get it, though. You get it. All right, AEW's back. So some footage shown from earlier in the day when Tony Schiavone is interviewing Jade. Matt Hardy just interrupted though. Matt is proclaiming he's gonna win the Battle Royal. And he wants her to be a part of his entourage there. That lawyer dude popped up once again, trying to say him and Jade pretty much they're a done deal. Oh shit. Okay. So Jade has made her decision there as far as who's going to be representing her. Okay, that's a nice development. So she went with that guy. She went with that white guy. Maybe they'll Mark Sterling. I keep forgetting his name. So she ended up going with Mark Sterling. So that was kind of cool how Mark Sterling pretty much carried the hell out of Matt Hardy. He pretty much told him, hey, why would she want to hook up with you? Because with your contracts, you're taking 30%. Me, I'm working pro bono. I don't get paid unless she wins. When she gets paid, when she wins, I get paid. That's how it works. So that's a hell of a deal. Oh, cool. She has a master's degree in child psychology. That's awesome. Jay Cargill, that is. Yeah, exactly, Tony. Tony Schiavone said, I don't see exactly how does that play into wrestling. I love Jay Cargill, man. That girl is fucking beast, man. All right, here we go. Kaylin King. Big fat crowd indeed, JR. Big fat crowd. Good ass crowd. Damn, poor JR. JR sounds like he needs some fucking honey lemon tea, preferably hot. He sounds like he is struggling, man. God damn. I'm saying god damn because of Jay Cargill, man. Good. God damn. Girls. Ooh. Oh man, this should be a good match. I ain't realized Kaylee King had so much height, yo. They doing a test of the strength here. Oh, Jay getting it. Jay getting it. Jay getting it. Get it. Get it, girl. Get it. Get it. Oh, no, wait a minute. Kaylee coming back. Kaylee coming back. Ah, Jay had enough of that. Pretty much kicked Kaylin in the stomach. Nice clothesline. Yo, and they gotta have Jade Cargill available in that AEW game whenever it comes out, man. I'd be mad if she was to be future downloadable content. They gotta make her be available off the break. Fall away slam. Damn, she doing curls with Kaylee King, yo. And just slammed her at. Oh, love it. Don't do picture in picture. Please don't do picture in picture. Son of a bitch. Fucking picture in picture, man. The match hasn't even been on fucking 4 minutes and you're already doing picture in picture. It's hard for me to see all that shit in a little tiny box, man. Especially when you're on a tablet. If I could, I would continue to call the action, but I can hardly see shit on here, man. Particularly when they do picture in picture. So, fucking commercial breaks. Alright. Alright, so let's see. So how's y'all's weekend going so far, man? Y'all doing good? You gonna be checking out this pay-per-view coming up this weekend? Let's see here. AEW. Just gonna finish tagging this bad boy. Think about that. We got tonight's Dynamite that is pretty much going head to head with the NBA games that's on right now. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, TNT, they're not showing the games because Ernie and them, they're pretty much done for the night. At least I don't think the TNT guys have any games on. Yeah. There's no games on TNT tonight. I think it's ABC and NBA TV. I think we're almost done with the commercial breaks. Yep, they're back. Damn, JR, you need something to drink, brother. Damn. Nice big right hand to Kaylee King. Just knocked her silly outside the ring. God, JR, what's wrong with you, my man? Damn. Another victory for Jade. Pretty much laid her ass out. Jaded. And I'm the one who jaded you. Yeah. I love me some Jade Cargill, man. Still undefeated. Video package with Lance Archer, Jake Roberts. He's promising he's going to become the new TNT champion. TNT championship match up next. At the same time, Lance Archer, in the little promo that he had just now, he took it rather personal that Dante Martin is getting a shot for the TNT championship against Miro before he's able to get his hands on Miro at the pay-per-view. He's pretty salty about that, but he's pretty much still pretty confident no matter what goes down here tonight, he is going to become the next TNT champion. Miro looking like a fucking beast, man. Look at that dude. You know, I can't help but wonder what are they going to do with that TNT championship. Are they going to still keep it active? Or are they going to go on ahead and maybe rename the title? You know, they're in a very unique position right there, man. Because remember, there's going to be the move to TBS probably a lot sooner than later, but at the earliest, definitely January 2022 is when it's supposed to be going down. If you ask me personally, what should maybe happen with that title, I gotta marinate on it. Hey, that's cool. Dante got a BLM sleeve on his left arm. That's what I'm talking about. Represent, man. Represent. Miro just batted the hell down out of Dante in the corner, man. Fans are asking for Miro to kick the shit out of Dante one more time. He just did a fake out, though. He was about to kick him one more time, but he just did a fake out. Nice takedown by Miro. Look for a body splash. Nobody there. Miro just tried to charge into the corner, but Dante using that speed of his get out the way. Nice good enziguri outside the ring to the temple of Miro. Top risk maneuver. Oh, wow. Nice, pretty ass moonsault there. Yeah, that was only one count. Oh, Miro just tried tossing Dante out the rope, but he pretty much was able to land on his feet and pretty much did a nice, good high risk maneuver off the top rope. Stunned him for a little bit. 2 count. No, that was a 1 count. Another 1 count. That is a Black Lives Matter sleeve, ain't it? What is that? Yeah, that is a Black Lives Matter sleeve. Good. It's got a weird symbol. I think it's a power to the people fist. That's beside the M. Oh! Nice, good, strong thrust kick to the freaking jaw. That's gotta be it. Miro saying it's over. Oh. There's that camel clutch. Yeah, he broke him. He submitted. Shit. Good match. I mean, obviously, this was really about Miro. I mean, pretty damn good, strong, dominating performance. Oh, wait a minute. Jake Roberts is out. Jake pretty much saying Sunday the fairy tale comes to the end. You know, you're huffing, you're puffing and all that, but they don't play fairy tales. Jake just told Miro, shut the fuck up. They've had enough. You come in here, you bully somebody, you think you're special. But Lance Archer's focused, he's ready. Technical difficulties as Miro's microphone was on mute there. Now he's working. Miro wonders what happens if Lance Archer is let loose, let the shackles off of him for once. And they going at it. Let's see what happens here. Archer's got a nice, good, strong. Oh, was about to choke slam him. Up. They're still going at it. We got a couple of officials in there. Lance with a nice big boot to the face of Miro sent him flying. Officials breaking them up. Archer got the upper hand, though. Looked pretty good. That should be pretty damn good. Yeah, of all the matches, I'm definitely looking forward to that one. That's like of my top 3. That's definitely one I'm looking forward to the most. Damn, another commercial break. Feels like they doing a lot of fucking commercials tonight, man. Seems like they're taking way too many commercial breaks tonight, but it's all good. see. We actually. I tell you what, this Dynamite been going by real quick, man. Real freaking quick. Slow mo. Nice, good, friendly reminder. You guys enjoying yourself so far? Make sure you go out of your way and hit that button. Hit that subscribe. Also hit on that bell notification. As far as programming notes go, well, we know Sunday we're going to be live. We're going to be live after Double or Nothing goes off the air. We got a special post show for that. And then Monday night after Raw goes off the air, make sure you tune in for that. That's going to be the season finale of the RCWR show. As after that episode, we won't be back on the air again until the week of June the 15th. I believe that Tuesday, June 15th, unless it's not on, there should be an NWA Power episode that's on around that time frame. That's when we're pretty much going to be back with you guys. Dynamite, back on. We got Tony Schiavone that's pretty much celebrating Sheeta as the pretty much longest reigning AEW champion. They want to basically honor Sheeta as she's held onto the title for 377 days. It's nothing impressive, though, because she's barely been defending that title when it's all said and done. She's barely been defending it. I don't even think a hardcore AEW fan can fucking dispute that or defend that. So, notice, I didn't say anything about her wrestling being bad. No, I think she's phenomenal in the ring and everything, but it's like she's really barely been having title defenses. You know Britt Baker's gonna interrupt this shit. You know she is. Yeah. So gold and has some diamonds in it as well. They're presenting Sheeta with a new AEW women's title. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty damn good. It's barely fitting her waist though. Put it on there tighter. The referee to Tony Schiavone, hey, let me do it. And Schiavone's like, I got it. It fits her now. But the referee is still double. The referee still hooked her up. Sheeta's saying that when she won the title, there were no fans, but tonight they're there. She's getting a nice little reaction. Crank this up a little more. she's happy to share the moment with the fans because the title is for her, the fans, all the fans. Yes, got my wish. Britt Baker. Britt Baker, the doctor will see you now. Oh, I love DMD Britt Baker. That's the new champion, yo. I'm telling you that. That's the new champion. Britt said, hey, I didn't think you'd actually invite me to this, but I come in peace. Just want to congratulate you. Hope you know that you were champion during the most difficult time in all of professional wrestling. And no one can ever take that away from you. This was your year. But she's got something she needs to address because she has to admit that she misspoke when she sat down with Jim Ross 2 weeks ago. Said something she wanted to take back because she said she's a face of the women's division, or the face of the women's division. But when she wins that title, the new title, at Double or Nothing on Sunday, she's going to be the face of a whole new era. And much like an era before her was all about 316, this era is all about DMD. Yeah, girl. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. That's the second match I'm looking forward to the most, man. Just on paper, that's going to be a killer fucking match. Seriously, that's going to be a killer match. I'm looking forward to it. We had another match that was just announced, too. I think it was about 2 days ago. Rio, I don't understand this. Rio, for some weird reason, is going to be facing Serena Deeb for the NWA Women's title. Mind totally blown, yo. Sammy Guevara with the crowd, yo. He going back to his trademark fucking signs. Commercial break, right? Ah, cool. Sorry, but you're in picture, so, you know, I'm good. I miss him doing the card stuff, though. I gotta say, I did miss that. But doesn't look like he's yeah, he's just putting over the Stadium Stampede match. That's all he's doing. How many more signs you got, man? Every time I see Darby Allin do this, you know what it reminds me of? One of my favorite NXS music videos. I Need You Tonight / Mediate. You remember at the end, they got all the band members. They pretty much are just out there and they're just different signs and there's different words on them and they're just pretty much going through it. Probably one of my favorite NXS songs of all time. Besides Elegantly Wasted. Yeah, now I want to hear that NXS song, man. Hallucinate, segregate, mediate, alleviate, try not to hate, love your mate, don't suffocate on your own hate, designate your love is fate. A one world state is human freight, the number 8, a white black state. Yeah, that's my joint, man. You guys have no idea that's my joint. Still doing these commercials, man. Well, shit. Since we still waiting, a gentle trait. No. A gentle trait. The broken crate. A heavy weight. Or just too late. Like pretty Kate. Has sex ornate. Now devastate. Appreciate, fabricate, illuminate. All right, here we go. Who we got out here now? Ethan Paige, Scorpio Sky out here next. Stu Grayson, Dark Uno. I'm sorry, Evil Uno. I don't know why I said Dark Uno. Evil Uno. I don't know who's going to win this one. I would think. It makes all the sense in the world for Sting and Darby to come out and pretty much kind of do a solid, since Dark Order pretty much had their back earlier in the night. I mean, you would think it would kind of go down like that, right? We'll wait and see how that plays out. Scorpio Sky, Dark Uno locking up right now. Oh, nice. They're trading moves right now. Wrist locks, wrist holds, arm holds. By the way, while we got AEW on and everything, did you guys watch the Inside the NBA on TNT? I want to say from last night or the night before. I believe it was Kenny, the Jet Smith, that asked Shaq, he said, hey, when you gonna wrestle again? Because you were pretty good. And Shaq said to him, he's gonna be wrestling very soon. He's already starting to work out again. So kind of have that in the back of your mind, because something's probably going to be going down with Shaq, as we get more deeper in the summer and everything. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe, say, around July, maybe mid to late July, going into August is maybe when Shaq is going to be doing something. Too many pictures in pictures. Here we go again. I ain't watching that. So yeah, another picture break. But yeah, it was pretty nice. It was just so nonchalant, just the way Shaq had just went about bringing that up and everything. But he said, "No, you'll see me again real soon. I'm starting to train as we speak." Of course, Charles Barkley, jealous as always. He had to take a couple of jabs there at freaking Shaq, but it was nice to hear Kenny actually had watched what Shaq did a couple of months ago. That was kind of cool to hear. Shaq didn't reveal like a specific date or like when you'll see him on AEW programming again or anything like that. He just said soon you'll see him in the ring again. So for those of you kind of thinking, what he did was just a one-time deal or whatever, no, he plans on doing some more. And Cody Rhodes, I need for my man Cody Rhodes to do a better job when it comes to these question and answers. And what I really meant to say was, but see, my words were taken out of context. Remember that awkward promo? At least it was awkward for me and many others. That promo he had cut, what was it, like about 2 weeks ago? Well, he tried to justify that promo originally by saying they did something with focus groups and that and that it worked on the focus groups. I don't know if you guys had heard about that, but yeah, like the criticism that he had received for that promo, what was that, like May 12th? He later said in an interview with I can't think of the podcast right now, but he basically said that when it comes to his promos and all that, there's like these workshops for all of his in-ring promos, and that AEW has a direct quote, has a full focus group. A full focus group that pretty much, yeah, that's good, that, and now he's trying to backpedal on that and say that that was actually a mistaken term that was used. Yeah, so Lord have mercy. This is what he had to say, and I quote, "I'm going to chalk this up to me not knowing what a focus group is, because I woke this morning to a very large amount of people in my mentions, almost all of them with a Roman or a Sasha Banks avatar, making fun of me for using the term focus group. I did not focus group this promo. What I intended to say, and I did not say it correctly, so chalk it up to me being a dummy. I work on my promos very hard. A lot of old timers say I was doing it on the fly. I would say they work on theirs very hard in the gym or in the car. When it comes to my promos, the process is usually I voice memo it out to the people I trust most, legends, coaches, and members of management, and I like to see what they think. There is no AEW focus group that is listening to my interviews. I would chalk up my passion and love for promos. I got to see a really great working relationship firsthand between Brian Gerwitz and The Rock, and I know that's an incredibly lofty comparison, but it's one to shoot for with him being an exceptional entertainer in promo. I like to take mine seriously and be all business about them. I want to continue to deliver good content when I put the mic to my lips. So that's how he pretty much tried to I'm sorry, but I worked in marketing research for 10 years. I organized focus groups. When you say the term focus group, when nobody just throws that around for the hell of it. They're back from commercial break, by the way, but this is AEW related, so I mean we can kind of juggle both at the same time. And if something interesting comes about out during Dynamite, I'll let you know what's going on. But I can tell you, having worked in focus group for so many years, interacting with the people that I've interacted with for many years, that's not something that you just throw loosely in a conversation. It's just not. That is very, very specific. Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky picked up the dub, and yet still no Sting, no Darby Allin, but my fingers are crossed that maybe something's going to happen here. Find it kind of weird that the rest of the Dark Order guys are nowhere to be found around the ring, as they were there right before they did the picture-in-picture. Did they get ejected? What the hell? I was looking. I didn't see anything happen. Ethan Page got the microphone pretty much saying exactly what went down tonight is going to be going down at Double or Nothing this weekend. You fool. Oh, there we go. There we go. Music of Sting. Come on, Tony Schiavone. It's Sting! Interesting. Darby Allin is out with a bunch of guys that got Sting shirts and masks on. Darby's charging right after Ethan Page. Oh my. Meanwhile, oh, yeah, thanks for coming. Meanwhile, you got all these stingers that are, oh, wait. There's a real Sting in there. Ha! Scorpio Sky thought he was going to be able to, ha! Oh, Scorpio Sky said he ain't want none of the real Sting. And they retreated yet again. Should be a good match. First actual in-ring match of Stings in 6 years. That should be pretty good. You feel what I'm talking about, though? Like, that's just not a terminology you just throw out there. If he was trying to say, there's no way. I'm trying to justify it for him. I'm trying to make sense out of what he said there, because normally Cody comes off like a pretty good solid dude there, but honestly, I just would have stopped at, hey, you know what, that promo might have not been for everybody, but for me personally, I was proud of that promo. Of all the things I've done in my career thus far and just everything that I've been thinking about that I've achieved over the years, that was actually one of my career defining proud moments, if I do say so myself. It might have not been to the liking of some fans, but it is what it is. And just left it alone. Don't keep going to the well. Don't keep going to the well. And that's my message, not just for Cody, but any other wrestlers in AEW or any other wrestlers in the other promotions. You know, if you put something out there and you feel that your words are being misconstrued, you feel as though, well, wait a minute, I'm being taken out of context here. They're pretty much going over the Double or Nothing match card for this weekend, which we'll be talking about as soon as Dynamite goes off the air. But do you guys feel where I'm coming from? You know, it's just, if you feel you've got to put some type of a statement out there just to clarify, then go ahead. First of all, really stop, think about it. Think about what you're going to say. And then don't even put it out yet. If anything, just show it to a significant other. Show it to that, in Cody's case, you know, close friends or legends or whatever. Show it, you know, what do you think before I have this go live? Do you think this is good? Did I cross all my X's and O's? Is there something that I'm missing here? No? You don't think so? Okay, I'm going to run with this then. You know, but then still, even if you get all those approvals, still go ahead and sleep on it. If you can, sleep on it for 2 days. Come back to it. You'll be surprised. As long as I have been writing, especially since I have been doing my thing in my English class over this semester, that's one of the things that I learned a lot more in regards to writing, you know, and thinking things out is, you know, hey, before you press that send, just take a step back, really proofread it multiple times and all that. But I think in the case of Cody, I think Cody honestly revealed too much of his hand. I believe that to a certain degree, a focus group, there's usually focus groups involved when it comes to these TV shows. And you're talking to somebody that has organized focus groups for TV shows. I can remember when Joe Kenda, Homicide Hunter, I can remember organizing focus group studies for that long before the series had even launched. I can remember doing stuff for, let me see, I'm trying to think what other TV shows I had did focus groups for. There's one that's on IDTV right now, Anna Nika something. She used to be a lawyer. I think she was undefeated or something like that. And so normally when it comes to these focus groups and they're watching like a particular TV show or whatever, usually, you know, after the focus group is over, you pretty much give your thoughts on, you know, what it was that you heard, what it was that you saw, ways of improvement, if there needs to be any improvement. You definitely air out your grievances, your criticism, you know, why maybe you didn't like it, why maybe this is something that you maybe, you know, won't consider watching, you know, shit like that. I think that a focus group is definitely involved in some of the things that AEW has been trying to, you know, put out there and everything. I'm not quite sure about that whole focus group, hearing the promo. I mean, you really got to take what he said in context, in the context in which he had said it. Because when you pull up that initial quote from Cody, I mean, clear as fucking day, he's telling you, well, it worked in the focus group. You don't combine those two words just for the hell of it. Yeah, a lot of people are like, dude, just take the L. Just take the L, man. Just take it and just... But no, it's like, you know, seriously, you got to be careful when you do some of these interviews and all that. You kind of have to be prepared for questions that, okay, yeah, I was anticipating this, and really think through how you're going to counter that type of shit. But then also, at the same time, you also, and they're showing that countdown to Double or Nothing promo again. But then also at the same time, you got to make sure that you also got to make sure that you're not being taken out of context, especially when you're doing some of these interviews, man. Eric Bischoff is in the ring now. I almost forgot. Eric Bischoff is supposed to be the MC that's supposed to be celebrating, if you will, the inner circle here. Bischoff looks good. No bullshit. Bischoff actually kind of looks like my soon-to-be father-in-law. Bischoff is talking about how 25 years ago, last night, as a matter of fact, he had the opportunity to introduce what would become one of the factions that was the greatest factions of all time in the NWO on the same network, TNT. He's talking about introducing. Wouldn't it be funny if instead of the Inner Circle, Bischoff actually introduced the Pinnacle? The Pinnacle! No Pinnacle troll, though. No, nah. We didn't get trolled by the Pinnacle. At least yet. Alright, we got Jericho still in his cast. We got Santana and Ortiz. Cool. Swagger. Who's the other guy? There's my boy. Sammy Guevara. The fans are not chanting. They're not singing the song yet. Well, wait a minute. They just zoomed in on 2 people. Lord have mercy. Not that many people, but they're doing a damn good job zooming in on those that is singing it. The one girl that was trying to sing to it, she looked like she butchered them lyrics. Oh, they sung the hook though. Okay, now they're there. Now they're there. Okay, now they're there. Good reaction. I guess majority of that crowd said, we don't know the first half of the lyrics, but we know this part right here. Jericho talking about how good it feels to be surrounded by fans again. That was nice of Jericho. Jericho thanking Bischoff for being there with him tonight. Apparently they put together a greatest hits of the Inner Circle compilation. Let's see what this is about. Seriously, where's the Pinnacle? Like, I mean, this is a nice little video package, but with some of the people that they're beating the shit out of in these video highlights, you're almost reminded, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be booing these guys. Yeah, that was nice. Where's Pinnacle, man? I gotta say, Jericho's looking pretty good, man. He's slimming down a little more, I see. October 2nd, 2019. Apparently the night everything changed for them. And 18 months later, here they are once again. So pretty much Inner Circle is talking about how they alone pretty much took the company on their back during a fucking pandemic, and, you know, pretty much rest is history. Whose dad is that in the ring? They showed some guy that looked like he's probably 61 years of age, and he just went like this. Pretty much, if this is the Inner Circle's last dance, then I think it's Santana and Ortiz that was going back and forth. But they pretty much had said, if this is their last opportunity here, their last dance, then it's awesome that they're doing it together, and they're going to be doing it in front of fans. Swagger's got the mic now. Swagger's talking. Let me listen to Swagger for a little bit. Swagger wants to see footage of the hard times that the Inner Circle had went through, because those are the times that really should be celebrated, because through that great adversity, they pretty much were able to find ultimate triumph. Swagger's, Sammy Guevara's talking. Talking about that time when he had quit the Inner Circle. Didn't like that feeling. Going to do everything in his power this Sunday to make sure something like that doesn't happen again. But if it does end, if it is the end of the Inner Circle, he pretty much thanked him for everything. Jericho's talking. He talked about how when he was first asked to put a stable together, he was a bit hesitant, but then he kind of got these pictures of all of these guys. He actually referred to the Inner Circle as the 1987 era lineup of Guns N' Roses. Okay, so who's Slash? That's my question. If Jericho's Axl Rose, who's Slash? Who's Adler? Where is the Pinnacle? So now we got Jericho. If this is the last time, I love you. I know it's not going to end with a fucking group hug. Where's the fucking Pinnacle? Oh, thank God. Thank God. Pinnacle interrupted. We got MJF. He said, he's sarcastically bashing them for such an emotional. He's excited for Stadium Stampede. Wardlow's excited. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Apparently, Pinnacle beat the shit out of Dean Malenko. MJF told them they better get their ass to where he is right now on the field if they want to try to save Dean Malenko. They sprinting, man. Oh, from behind. Oh, damn. A fucking ambush. Sean Spears, Revolution, Warlow. Oh man, it was a goddamn jump. Nice assault. Pretty much jumping them from behind. Sean Spears taking a steel chair to Sammy Guevara to the back. Laid him out. Yeah, they're getting it in. MJF got his hands on Jericho. Warlow's got his hands on Swagger. Oh shit! Revolution got Santino and Ortiz. Where you taking them? Where you gonna take them? They doing a double pile drive. Head first through the tables. MJF just laid out Jericho. The whole inner circle just got owned by MJF. One thing about the double pile drivers through the tables is just seeing Santana and Ortiz with their arms wrapped around the guy's legs, holding on for dear life there. Now that's the way you have a damn show go off. Pinnacle just pretty much owned them. So now you're left with the question, is this a taste of things to come at Double or Nothing this Sunday? Pretty decent. That was actually a pretty decent Dynamite. Pretty strong, I gotta say. When it's all said and done, that's how you set up a really good go home for your pay-per-view. You definitely felt pretty excited watching what you were watching. You definitely felt like, okay, a Friday night, I'm going into midnight. Is this really worthwhile? Is this really worth my time? And you honestly felt like with what you were watching tonight of AEW Dynamite, your 2 hours was well invested. And I'm telling you, this blueprint, WWE could really learn a thing or two, because, come on, man, we know how it is with WWE. When it comes to them and their go-homes towards those pay-per-views, it's just gotten to that point where it's, you know what, nothing special is going to be happening. I'm not really going to miss anything substantial. It's not really going to be popping. There ain't going to be no sizzle. There ain't going to be no steak. There ain't going to be no potatoes. I can go ahead without watching this, and I'm not going to miss anything of great significance. But then it becomes, okay, well, at least tune in, because you're going to see some pretty solid matches. Like, not really. If you're lucky, typically on those go-home shows, if you're lucky, you'll maybe get one match. Maybe two is kind of pushing it. I mean, that's really twisting the arm there. So Dynamite did a really good job tonight, I gotta say, for a Friday show. All right, so let me do this real quick. And I'm going to put the recorder on here, because now that we pretty much got the watch along out the way, we can pretty much get into the rest of the show and everything. All right, so let's see here. For Saturday night, May 29th, 2021, what is going on? Lee Sanders here of the RCWR show, covering all things wrestling, entertainment, and beyond since 2011. Want to take this time out to thank those of you that's going to be checking out this episode, be it live, on demand, or on the downloads. Hopefully, for those of you particularly that's going to be checking out this episode for on demand and on the downloads, you'll be more enticed, you'll feel more encouraged to actually check out the webcast version of this show, because earlier, for 2 solid hours, we actually did a watch along for tonight's AEW Dynamite, which overall was a fantastic show. We aren't going to be going over the entire AEW show pretty much like we did during the watch along, because at the time that we're doing this show, we're live. Pretty much our audience that was with us for the watch along, that wouldn't be fair to have them sit through me reviewing the entire show and this happened and this happened and that happened. So I definitely would encourage you guys to go out of your way and check out the webcast version, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Use the keywords, the RCWR show. But like I was just telling our watch along audience before we went ahead and officially started recording the show, from this point forward, overall, Dynamite really felt solid this week, because you know, you felt like your time, as I told the watch along audience, you felt that your time was not wasted in any type of way in watching this show. You know, typically the blueprint formula we've seen from a few of these wrestling promotions over the years, when it comes to these go home shows and setting up the pay-per-views, nothing substantial happens. Not that you're expecting for anything substantial to happen, such as a title change or anything like that, but there's nothing really of great gravitas that usually happens on these go home shows. Match quality wise, it's pretty much so pretty much if you didn't watch that go home show before the pay-per-view, you didn't miss anything. But tonight, even though you had in the back of your mind, hey, they're doing their pay-per-view in less than 48 hours, give or take, you still felt as though what you were watching was pretty solid. You did not feel cheated in any type of way. You know, I wouldn't have blamed AEW one little bit if they had decided, we're just going to phone it in. Well, we're going to do about maybe 5-6 matches, and out of the 5-6 matches, we're only going to have maybe 2 matches that are maybe worth a damn for folks to check out. I mean, come on, it's a Friday going into Saturday. You know, folks will understand. No, they really tried to go in there and focus on the quality. And I appreciate that. As always, AEW tries to focus on the quality. Of all the nights, I would have expected them to just kind of phone it in tonight, but they did not do that. And they got to do this. Keep in mind, in case you guys don't know about the news, I pretty much told the watch along audience this, but the next Friday, AEW is going to be on live yet again. Friday, June the 4th, AEW is going to be on a Friday night again. So, and again, this pretty much all ties into, in part, what's going on with the NBA playoffs and all that, as some of you guys know. Now, one thing that we can get into on this show right here and now, we can definitely get into some AEW predictions as far as the ratings, and we can look at this Double or Nothing card. We got a lot more we can talk about on this show as well. We got a couple of more WWE releases that came about, which, you know, we definitely need to talk about. Paige is in the headlines. What's going on with WWE and New Japan Pro Wrestling? As Tony Khan had a thing or two to say. So we got a nice little loaded up show for you guys. Always appreciate those of you that showed that extra love and check out the great shows that we put out there for you guys. So first things first, let's talk about the AEW ratings, okay? So let's look at the ratings from last week's show in order to kind of really get a good idea of, you know, kind of what we can maybe expect for this week. So last Wednesday's live AEW Dynamite did about 821,000 viewers on TNT. And this is according to the Nielsen data. So that's pretty damn good. 821,000, that's pretty good. Some people may be a little bit concerned at that because they were expecting higher. I got to tell you, I definitely was expecting a little bit of a higher number for AEW, but that's still relatively good. I know some people want to, it's the end of the world. It's the end of, there's no reason to be hitting the panic button just yet. So let's kind of follow the trends so far when it comes to these ratings here. Okay, so we just told you 821,000 viewers for last Wednesday. AEW viewership was down 12.3% compared to the previous week, which had drew 936,000. I get why some people are kind of hitting that panic button, because they're like, man, it almost dropped by 100,000 there for last Wednesday. What the hell? That respected week's Dynamite, the one that drew the 821,000 from last Wednesday, it drew a 0.28 rating in the 18 to 49 key demographic. This is down 9.7 from that last week of 0.31 rating in the key demo. So Dynamite for that week was down 12.3% from the last week's show, while the 18 to 49 key demographic rating was down 9.7%. Also, with regards to last week's Dynamite, it was up 17.1% from the same week in 2020, while the 18 to 49 demo was 7.7 from the same week in 2020. So let's just look at the last 4 ratings as far as viewership numbers goes. Let's look at the last 4, okay? So we already told you guys about the May 19th episode, which was 821,000. May 12th was 936,000. May 5th, that was your Blood and Guts episode. That did 1.90 million. And then your April 28th episode, that did 889,000 viewers. All right, so we kind of got a little idea here. On a Friday night, and you went until midnight, but you were live. And you came on after SmackDown. I'm going to say the ratings for this week, and you know what? We probably won't know about the ratings until maybe Monday. I'd be surprised if we knew the numbers Saturday afternoon, going into Saturday evening. I'm going to say it's going to go up. I don't see the 900,000. I don't see AEW cracking 900,000 for a Friday night. I don't see that happening. If it does, good. That's fucking awesome. Congrats. But I don't see 900,000+ for them. I think they're going to probably do 879,000. I can't see myself going any higher, and I can't see myself going any lower. So bear with me a second. Let me get a piece of paper. And again, I'm going with 879,000 for this Friday's AEW Dynamite, and we'll see what happens. But I tell you what, I think that's a pretty fair number to give AEW, is it not? Because if you watch TNT programming regularly, pretty much all year round, I mean, that AEW has been getting a lot of love for them being on this Friday and everything. I mean, there was enough heavy advertising. I've watched enough of these NBA games last week, this week alone, they got a lot of love. So anything less than that 800, for me, what'll be a success? Look. For me, what'll be a great success is if they can get 850,000 and up for a Friday night. For me, that's a success. For me, what would be, that's not really good, is if they get under 7. You know what I'm saying? Like if they're in the 700s for this Friday, that for me would just kind of be, that's not really good. I won't say hit the panic button, but you could definitely be saying to yourself, I don't really know about that. Have maybe trepidations for that following Friday. But then you would expect that now with the announcement that no, next Friday we're going to be on TNT as well, same time, maybe that might see a little bit of a pickup. But that's how I'm looking at it for right now. I'm gonna save this ratings page joint too. I'm gonna keep this handy. All right, so let me close that out, and we can jump right into AEW Double or Nothing, the card that we got for this Sunday. Let me actually pull up this card right now, and let's see what we got here. See. All right, so right now we got 10 matches that's on the card here. 10 matches. We got us a pre-show match as Serena Deeb will be defending the NWA Women's Championship against Rio. Like I said during the watch along, I just don't understand this. I just don't understand how, first of all, Rio can slide into this position to get an opportunity to face Serena Deeb for the NWA Championship way before the When Our Shadows Fall pay-per-view event, when, you know, at this point it's almost kind of safe to say that maybe it's going to be a triple threat match with Camille, Thunder Rosa, given the fallout that happened on the season finale of NWA Power this week, which if y'all did not watch it, you need to go out of your way and check it out before the weekend is out, or at least check it out before the When Our Shadows Fall event hits, because what a great 20-minute match that Camille and Thunder Rosa had on it. That honestly should have closed out the season finale of Power, but, you know, hey, it's all good. But those women were going at it to try to figure out who was going to be the true number one contender to face Serena Deeb for the NWA Championship. And, you know, the outcome of that pretty much time draw limit. You know, you're like, okay, so what does this mean going into the NWA pay-per-view? What does this mean? And so to have Rio, Serena Deeb for the NWA Women's Championship, you just can't help but kind of scratch your head and go, what the fuck? You know, and I tell you what, man, if AEW is smart, if Billy Corgan and them over at NWA is smart, they need to. I talked about this very briefly. I believe I kind of, I'm trying to think if I alluded to it on our Tuesday Super Show. I'm not sure if I did, but me personally, I know I definitely have said it once these past couple of weeks. I know I definitely have said it once. Going into Double or Nothing, you gotta at least have Camille and or Thunder Rosa watching from the crowd section this match. You just got to. You just got to. You got to. And if you want to do a little crazy, you know, you want to do a little something that can basically transfer over to the NWA pay-per-view, that's fine. You can go ahead and do that too, but you got to have those girls represent, man. Seriously. You got to. I mean, it's safe to say Thunder Rosa is definitely going to be there, considering she stayed doing stuff for AEW and all that, but kind of also nice to see Camille. I just do not see Rio getting this NWA women's title. I'm just not seeing that happen whatsoever, especially now that NWA is starting to pick back up the momentum again and everything, getting ready to do their own thing respectively. I'm just not seeing that right now. So I'm going to say Serena Deeb retains her title. By the way, how do I sound? Do I sound a little too boomy? Do I sound a little bit staticky? Audio's good. Let me know. FYI, you know, quick little sidebar. So, and I told them I would definitely be showing them a lot of love and all that. And I'm probably going to most likely do a video doing a unboxing and unveiling and all that. But my mixer came, just to kind of give you newer listeners a little bit of a recap in case you didn't check out this week's worth of episodes. So my Rodecaster was having some tech issues. And long story short, a little bit of water had got in it. Fucking sucked. And seemed like it was good to go. When it was still on, everything worked. I freaking triple checked, everything worked. Come back the next day and it was acting funky. It was totally weird. So I got in contact with the manufacturer and was like, hey, I had got an extended warranty on this, and this is what's up. And they pretty much were like, yeah, Mr. Sanders, no problem. We'll email you all the info so you can ship that off to us, so we can have a look at it, see what we can do for you. I'm like, okay, cool. So they got it on the 20th of last week, and Monday, this past Monday, they're like, blah blah blah, shipped a package to you. I'm like, huh? What? I'm like, that was quick. And my girl, she knows how I am, and she knows how paranoid I am and how inquisitive I am. She's like, you need to call them so that you can have a peace of mind. Call them and find out what exactly was the problem with your mixer, and if it's a new one that's coming, or if it's a refurbished one, or if they repaired it. Call them so you'll have that peace of mind. I said, okay, all right, bet. So I called them, and they said to me, yeah, Mr. Sanders, I wasn't the one that exactly had worked on it, because we got a small team here that, does the repairs and all. I wasn't the one that worked on it, but from what I'm able to see in the notes, it pretty much was beyond repairable, based on the information you provided us and, what we were able to conclude. So you actually have a whole new model that's coming. I'm like, really? Like, yeah, you got a whole new model that's coming. I'm like, okay, cool. So I told my girl about it, and she was pretty excited and like, yeah. So we go to today, or yesterday, because it's now the beginning of Saturday. So we go to Friday, and Friday was the delivery. UPS, you're like, okay, UPS is pretty on point. So I got UPS initially saying, oh, it's going to come between 12:30 and 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm going, oh, this is perfect. This is right before I leave out for work. Okay, cool. And anybody that knows a thing or two about, tracking a package from UPS, they've got a nice little cool feature where you can see in real time, like a little map and all of that, where your driver is. And, I'm looking, I'm like, oh, he's not that far. I'm like, okay, he should. That was like 11 in the morning. And next thing you know, 11 turns to 12, 12 turns to 1, 1 turns to 2, 2 turns to 3, and then 3 turns to 4. And we had to call my father-in-law, or soon-to-be father-in-law. We had to call him and say, hey, look, Lee's getting ready to get out the door for work. Is there any way you can come up to the house and, just babysit the house for a little bit so you can get this package? And he's like, yeah, sure, no problem. I was trying to come over earlier, but, you guys said you had it. Like, you good now? You need my help? Like, yeah, come on over here. So Pops came over. And sure enough, I went to work probably like about not even 90 minutes, me being at work. I get the notification from UPS and my girl that it had arrived and everything. Pops intercepted it. So it was like, okay, awesome. So I say to my girl after we get in the house together, I say to her, because we see the box and everything, I say to her, so what do you think? She's like, I'm like, what do you think? They said they had to replace the model and all that. Are you picturing it in a sealed box of its own, or are you picturing it just, out in the open? She's like, nah, I think it's gonna be brand new in a box. I'm like, okay, let's see. So it was a box in a box. So sure enough, she was right. So yeah, good, kind, great customer service. From the good, kind folks at Rode. I cannot put them over enough. You guys that are looking for really good company for all things podcasting equipment or photography equipment and all that, but you are kind of like me, and besides the quality of the products, you also care a great deal about the customer service that you get. I cannot recommend Road enough. Not a paid endorsement in any type of way. I just, I told the guy on the phone, that I was going to make sure I really, put in a good word for him on the show and all that. And he was like, you do podcasts? I said, yeah, I do. He's like, oh, okay. Yeah, and he was like, oh, well, thank you for the kind words. He was like, well, thank you for the kind words. We really appreciate that. It means a lot. It's like, yeah, seriously, no doubt. So definitely look them up. Just the customer service alone, great fucking experience. So not over the weekend, but pretty much after I get back from my honeymoon and vacation, I'm going to have the mixer I was using before, which is now brand new. I'm pretty much going to be going back to that one. And I'm trying to do it right the second go round. As the second go round, I'm buying a cover. Shout out to my good friend Anthony DeBlasi. There was a cover he was trying to recommend to me and others that bought this damn mixer last year. He was like, look, he's like, you guys that got this mixer, it's like, get this cover. This cover will protect you. And it was one of those, oh yeah, I got to get that eventually. Now I'm going to get it. So before I bust out going back to that old mixer or new mixer, I'm going to make sure that I have a cover for it as well. But yeah, just thought I'd put in a good word for him. Thank you for your patience there. Hopefully that information is honestly useful for you. Those of you, especially aspiring podcasters and all that. Let's see. Let's go to our next matchup here. So we talked about Serena Deeb and Rio. Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson taking on Moxley and Eddie Kingston. Tag team title match for the AEW World Tag Titles. I really am feeling the team of Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston, and I'm just picturing all their little talking segments. I'm just picturing what more cool stuff could they be doing behind the scenes that's pre-produced and all that. I think it would be a refreshing and exciting time for the tag division to have both of those guys pretty much be the ones the tag division is built around, and they're two of the most popular guys in AEW and everything. I actually like this team. I got to go with this team. It seems like everything is just on their side right now. I'm having a hard time picking against them. I got to say, I got to go with Moxley and Kingston to become your new AEW World Tag Champions. Sting, Darby Allin, Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page tag match. And remember, this is supposed to be officially Sting's first in-ring match in 6 years. I'm not seeing Sting lose. I'm telling you guys that right now. I'm not seeing Sting lose right here. Any other time, I would love to see Sting. But see, here's the thing. Another way you could look at this matchup. Could a Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page win this tag match by getting the pin or submission off of Darby Allin? That's the real key. I gotta go with Sting and Darby Allin. I'm just not, especially with TNT just really hyping the hell out of the fact that Sting's first match in 6 years. Yeah, I'm not seeing them lose on this night. Let's see, I'll get to that match last. Let's get to those two matches last. Actually, hang on. Yeah, let's get to those two matches last. Miro defends the AEW TNT Championship against Lance Archer. Look, of all the matches, that should be a sluggerfest, fantastic matchup between those two guys. I'm really sincerely looking forward to that matchup. I love Lance Archer. I've become quite a big fan of his within recent years. No shade to Lance Archer and everything, but my God, they just put the title on Miro. I mean, literally, they just put the title on him. And I'm supposed to buy into the fact that Lance Archer legit. I'm just not right now. I mean, stranger and crazier things have happened, but I'm just not seeing it right now. For me, what this is really all about is further elevating Miro. That's really how I'm looking at this match, and I think that's how most fans should really be looking at this match. When you think about the phenomenal rivalry that Lance Archer and Cody Rhodes had there, for that hot minute. And then you can't also help but think about Brody Lee and going up against Cody for the TNT title and all that. Just for me, I'm looking at this more of helping to continue elevate Miro on the card and everything. That's how I'm looking at this, and I think that's how everybody else should be looking at this one. So Miro, I got him retaining when it's all said and done. No title change. Heyman Adam Page taking on Brian Cage. I gotta go with Brian Cage. I really gotta go with Brian Cage. Think about it for a second. Even way before Heyman Adam Page's storyline started questioning Brian Cage. Hey man, can you really beat me just straight up? Hey man, you don't need the Ricky Starks, you don't need the Hooks, you don't need Taz, you don't need Hobbs. You're good on your own and all that. Think about those promos where Taz was talking about how everything was fine with Team Taz, and Brian Cage kind of had a look on his face like, yeah, dude, speak for yourself. I'm not exactly cool. Also, did anybody else remember when Brian Cage actually had complimentary words for Sting and Taz was fucking belligerent and all that? I just kind of feel that all those seeds were being planted for a reason, which is Brian Cage is soon going to get to that point in his career where he feels, you know what? I'm really starting to understand my self-worth. I'm starting to really come to the realization that I don't really need these guys in Team Taz I think I would just be better off on my own. I can see something like that happening. I can legit see Brian Cage breaking away from Team Taz. So in regards to this matchup, Hangman Page would be fine taking an L because he's Hangman fucking Page. He would be just fine. I think Brian Cage kind of needs this more. I think it's the way this match is going to be structured. Honestly, I would say look for Brian Cage for the most part to have this match under control. Gets a little out of hand, but I could definitely see members of Team Taz coming out and Brian Cage getting pretty pissed off with them, questioning what they're doing there. He doesn't need their help. He's got it under control. Go to the back. I can see something along those lines, and when it's all said and done, Heyman Adam Page is able to take advantage of the distraction, and Heyman Page has the dub. Brian Cage is pissed off. I can see Brian Cage not having anything to say to Team Taz. Taz kind of trying to remind him on TV programming, over the course of a couple of weeks. I can see Taz trying to remind Brian Cage, hey man, look at where you were, in your career, look at how things were right before I came along. Look at what's been happening with you since I brought you into the fold. Hell, you were the FTW champion, blah this, blah that. I could see things ultimately ending in such fashion where Brian Cage is kind of put at a crossroads. but he decides ultimately, I don't want to have anything else to do with Team Taz. And I just am not seeing Team Taz and Adam Page done after Sunday. I'm not seeing that happen. I'm continuing to see Taz be a main antagonist for Hangman Adam Page, but in the process, somehow Brian Cage ends up being an ally for the Hangman. That's the way I would kind of have it set up. But as far as Sunday goes, yeah, I'm gonna say Hangman Adam Page picks up the dub. Casino Battle Royale for a future AEW World Championship match. We got Christian Cage in there, Matt Sydal, Powerhouse Hobbs, Penta El Zero Miedo, Jungle Boy, Matt Hardy, Mark Quinn, Isaiah Cassidy, The Blade, Evil Uno, Colt Cabana, Preston, 10, Vance, Griff Garrison, Brian Pillman Jr., Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, QT Marshall, Nick Comoroto, Dustin Rhodes, Lee Johnson, and we have one mystery opponent to be announced. One mystery opponent. Well, given what we saw tonight, Christian and Powerhouse Hobbs, I think they're going to cancel each other out. So as far as maybe one of those guys winning the AEW, I'm not seeing it happen. I'm not seeing it happen. So continuing on, looking at the rest of these names on here. Future shot for the AEW World Championship. Yeah, y'all. I think is it safe to say whoever the to be announced, whoever the mystery opponents are there, maybe if not one slot, whoever's in those last 2, 3, 4, 5 spots, I think one of those guys is actually gonna win it. I'm just not seeing any of these names. There's no name that's jumping out to me right now. And I'm looking at the list one more time. I'm just trying to... Because, see, you got to go into this thinking that for all intents and purposes, Kenny Omega is going to come out of this still the AEW World Champion. So what babyface, other than Christian Cage, do you go with Matt Sydal? Do you go with Brian Pillman Jr.? I mean, that's got a nice little storyline in it right there if you went with Brian Pillman Jr. I think it's going to be announced. Whoever the to be announced opponent or opponents are, one of those guys are actually going to win it. But as far as a dark horse goes, if I had to go with a dark horse, Brian Pillman Jr. for a dark horse, but I strongly believe it's going to be a to be announced opponent. So we'll see how that pans out. Cody taking on Anthony Ogogo is just a regular singles match. No match stipulation, nothing, just a regular old match. We did all this shit with the weigh-in tonight. You know, of all the matches that scream, put a stipulation behind it, put some type of a gimmick behind it. This is one that feels so naked, sadly. Cody. I'm going with Cody. Cody hands down. Sheeta taking on Britt Baker, DMD, for the Women's World Championship. Oh, hands down. Hands down, Britt Baker. Hands down, Britt Baker. I would truly be shocked if Sheeta came out of this still the AEW Women's Champion. I really, really would. And it would make me question, okay, so what exactly is the future then for the AEW, for the women's division in AEW? I would really question it because you know what? Are we going to ride Sheeta for the rest of 2021 now that pretty much fans are back in attendance? You know, if you spent all this time as far as homegrown talent and you've done a phenomenal job this past year building up Britt Baker, if you're not going to pull the trigger now for Britt, then when? And if not Britt, then who? You know what? Are we? You know, unless you're gonna tell me no, we're going to not go with Britt and actually build up Jade Cargill, and Jade Cargill is actually going to be the one that's going to dethrone. You know, unless you're coming at me from that standpoint, it's kind of like, okay, I can kind of see that. Oh, okay, fine, but yeah, I'm telling you, I would really be shocked if Sheeta walked out of that still the AEW Women's Champion. We'll see. We'll see how that pans out. But I'm going with Britt Baker. We'll come back to that match last. Let's go with the Stadium Stampede. Remember, if Inner Circle loses, they must disband as a team forever. They're taking on the Pinnacle. Oh, man. Tricky. This is tricky. Which direction do we go? Well, Inner Circle, if you want to get technical, Inner Circle lost as heels in the first Stadium Stampede. So am I really led to believe that the Inner Circle is going to go 0-2? Stadium Stampede? See, the only way I could really buy into that is if somebody of the Inner Circle betrays. Yeah, that's the only way I can see it panning out, is if actually a member of the Inner Circle betrays the faction and essentially. But then given the brutal beatdown that we saw tonight, you know, if you're kind of just thinking about the storyline, you can't help but go, well, that's not really feasible. That's not really doable, is it? You know, kind of given what we saw as far as Dynamite ending tonight, right? So, yeah, I got Inner Circle winning. This one. Let me just look at this one more time. Yeah, I got Inner Circle winning. And as far as what's the stipulation there for Pinnacle? I mean, that's so funny. So Inner Circle is put in this position where they've got to freaking go with this great freaking stipulation and all that. Well, what about Pinnacle? Pinnacle, no terms for them? Come on, man. All the matches, that should be the most fantastic one. I'm looking forward to that. Let's see. Next matchup. I think the next matchup is our three-way. Let me just make sure I went through the rest of the matches here. Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about that. Yeah, wow, we blazed through this real quick. All right, so we got one more match. Triple threat match for the AEW World Championship. Kenny Omega, Orange Cassidy, Pac. One thing that is glaring at me when it comes to this particular matchup, and just how I put such great emphasis on NWA's Thunder Rosa and Camille, I also gotta put heavy emphasis on this match and fucking Moose. Yeah, I mean, you just follow the storyline that's been going on with Impact Wrestling and everything, and it's a fucking headache. I mean, you got fucking Moose that's putting this shit out there about how his contract is getting ready to end. Hey, it'd be kind of cool if he won the Impact World title right before he had his contract expire and everything. Of course, that kind of adds even more excitement into the mix. Ooh, with an expiring contract, you know, will he stay? Or, wow, can you just imagine Moose taking the Impact World title on his way out the door from the company. You know, so you got all this ooh and ah shit that's going on. Then you got Moose freaking saying, hey, maybe I'll show up on AEW and maybe I'll kick some of the AEW's talent's ass. Maybe I'll show up and kick Kenny Omega's ass. And yet we get the announcement from Impact Wrestling that apparently Moose has signed a new multi-year deal with the company. So there goes your buzz, there goes your suspense, there goes all of that out the goddamn window. But furthermore, you got this big ass fucking bullseye that's now on Impact Wrestling's back, where you got Moose essentially saying, maybe I'll show up on AEW and kick the world champion's ass, kick anybody else's ass I can find. Okay, well, of all the matches, if there was ever a time for Impact Wrestling to make their presence felt through Moose, this would be your match right here. Now, I'm not saying Moose has to interfere in this matchup. What I'm saying specifically is I'm seeing Kenny Omega definitely come out on top as the champion. No doubt about that. But post-match is where I'm really kind of, I'm just picturing Moose post-match getting in the face of Kenny Omega. Oh my God, that would be fucking badass. That would be fucking badass. I would love to see Moose just drop Kenny Omega. You want to talk about a way for a fucking pay-per-view to pretty much go off? You talk about Kenny Omega essentially having a bullseye on his fucking back. I mean, that would be, think about that. Picture Double or Nothing pretty much getting ready to go off the air, and the last burning image that you have in your mind, you got Moose who's eyeing Kenny Omega for that Impact World Championship, and then the winner from earlier in the night of the Casino Battle Royale. Talk about targets, mad fucking targets on Kenny Omega. The hunt is on, and he's the prey. It'd be a good way to fucking have it go off, man, but I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes. We'll have to see how it goes on Sunday. But all right, let's see. I'm going with Kenny Omega for the retain, though. All right, let's look at this card one more time. So for the pre-show matchup, NWA Women's Championship, Serena Deeb retains. Moxley, Kingston become your new tag team champions. Sting and Darby Allin defeat Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page. Miro retains over Lance Archer. Hangman defeats Brian Cage. Remember, I'm going with, for a dark horse, Brian Pillman Jr. to pick up the W, or one of those mystery opponents that has yet to be announced to win your Casino Battle Royale. Cody Rhodes defeats Anthony Ogogo. Dr. Britt Baker becomes your new AEW World Women's Champion. Inner Circle defeat the Pinnacle in the second Stadium Stampede match. Kenny Omega retains his AEW World title in a triple threat. I don't believe I left any match out. So that's how I'm looking at the card for Sunday's Double or Nothing. Pretty excited for that card. That card should actually be pretty fucking solid. So that's Double or Nothing. Couple of little tidbits of news that we can get into as we get ready to wind it down with the show. I mean, we just did a 2-hour watch along for AEW Dynamite for our live audience that maybe are just joining us. So we've been on for a good minute now, and we just rather than do a full-blown AEW Dynamite review, we pretty much just went right into talking about the Double or Nothing card. So a couple of little tidbits of news since last we were on the air with you guys that we can get into. So Paige apparently has been banned on Twitch for streaming copyrighted content. Not sure how many of you guys had heard about this, but she, she is the latest victim of the Twitch ban. She streamed apparently the Dumb and Dumber movie through Amazon, and apparently, you know, you can't do shit like that, because copyrighted content that you're sharing publicly on Twitch, even if it's even if you're doing some type of watch party eligible film or whatever, there's so many channels of, okay, am I really good on the copyright standpoint? Am I really okay here? Yeah, it's better to be safe than fucking sorry. I just wouldn't personally do shit like that. It's weird because watch party content on Amazon is intended for viewing across the internet, including Twitch, with other people who have Amazon Prime accounts. I mean, that's the way it's kind of set up and intertwined there with Twitch. So, you know, it's really weird because, you know, it'd be one thing if I were to go to Twitch and I'm streaming something from, you know, let's say I decide I want to stream Coming to America. The sequel, of course, I'm talking about, Coming to America 2. Let's say I decide, you know, I want to stream that. But particularly, I want to basically stream that for, I want to try to stream that for people that have, you know, Amazon Prime accounts or whatever. First of all, I don't know too much about Twitch, but to my knowledge, there really is no way you can just, okay, I only want these people that can check out this content, and I don't want these, you know, because it's all pretty much subscription based and all that. So, me personally, to each its own, but me personally, that is just so much red tape. I wouldn't even, especially on Twitch, I wouldn't even fuck with it. Did anybody not learn a thing or two from what happened with Metallica a couple of months ago? Metallica had fucking got a DCMA violation for playing their own fucking music, which was streaming on fucking Twitch and a few other outlets, but Twitch was the main one that pretty much put the hammer down on them. So, this is weird. It's really, really weird. But apparently everything is stemming from Paige trying to stream Dumb and Dumber through Amazon. And some of the reports that's being put out there, they're noting that it's kind of vague, because you got people that are saying that you cannot stream copyrighted content publicly on Twitch, even if it is a watch party eligible film. And then you got them saying watch party content on Amazon is intended for viewing across the internet, including Twitch, with other people who have Amazon Prime accounts. So, I mean, it's pretty, you know, it's one of those what the fuck. But for all intents and purposes, it looks like it was a DMCA by a rights holder for Paige watching Dumb and Dumber, or doing the Dumb and Dumber stream, because apparently Dumb and Dumber is not a movie eligible for Prime watch parties on Twitch. And apparently the blue Watch Now button, that indicates you can watch on Twitch with no issues. And apparently, with regards to this movie, I couldn't even tell you if that was in the clear or not, but it's a bit overkill. I mean, me personally, I think it's a little bit overkill. I think I think it was uncalled for, especially if her account was never in any type of violation before. You know, that's a lot to pretty much just ban and remove somebody's fucking Twitch account. You feel where I'm coming from? So, and I'm a little bit curious, now that we're pretty much here in the Saturday, I'm a little bit curious if Paige's stream was established, if she got it back yet. So let me actually check here and see if she got it. No, it doesn't look like she got it back yet. I'm just checking again here. I think her shit is still down. Let's see here. And I actually want to see what's the latest news for her. Let's see if she said anything. Let's see. Doesn't look, yeah, no, that's old. Wow. Well, what about Twitter? Give me a second here, guys. I just want to see, make sure I have the most up-to-date information for you guys, because I just want to see if she said anything in real time in regards to what went down there. So hang on. Let's see. Nah, she hasn't even been active on her Instagram and her Twitter account. So yeah, it looks like for all intents and purposes, and I'm actually clicking on the link for her Twitch stream. Hang on. Yeah, her Twitch stream is still down. So, I mean, she has raised money on her Twitch stream before and everything. So, hopefully she can get it back. Yeah, I have a feeling she'll probably be able to get her account back, but God, I can't implore you guys enough, man. When it comes to the copyrighted content, you got to be smart about it. You just got to. It's better to be safe than sorry. Like tonight, you guys saw how we were doing our watch along for AEW Dynamite. There was no way whatsoever I was going to be playing audio from the actual show, because even just the tiniest little whisper of playing Dynamite in my background, I would get hit with a copyright. I would get hit with a copyright claim by Turner, by AEW, because that's how they have their shit set up and everything. And as a result of that, I wouldn't be able to monetize that episode. And then even at that, even though you got the copyright claim that's in there, Turner or AEW could say, nah, we actually want this particular video blocked from all countries. And there would be nothing that I could do about it because of the copyrighted content, unless I were to mute the entire, and that's where things get even more trickier, because you can't just isolate that background music or audio without sacrificing my commentating in the process. So that entire audio, even with my shit in there, it would just be lost. You know, so it's just not worth it at the end of the day. I know that's the day and age that we're in right now, where a lot of folks, they kind of like doing these watch-alongs. They actually like to have the audio and the visual presentation playing and all that, but not at the expense of getting hit with some type of a copyright. It's just not worth it, yo. It's just not worth it, but best of luck to her. Hopefully she can work that fucking shit out, man. See, some other stuff that had went down since last we were on the air with you guys there. So apparently WWE and New Japan Pro Wrestling, per Dave Meltzer, of all people to put this out there, Dave Meltzer, there are reports that the two are trying to work out some type of a partnership. And here's the latest information, and this is per PW Insider. As again, new report is out about this. PW Insider, they've added a little bit more into the scope of things. They're reporting from their sources of from each company, as they both have confirmed communications between the two, but said that the main point of the discussions was Daniel Bryan potentially being able to work some New Japan dates. And right now, it's not currently known if those talks have, bared any fruit at all. But Johnson is noting that at this time, the companies have not built any sort of bridge that could result in them having a full-fledged working agreement. This would also mean, if true, that New Japan's agreement with AEW and Impact is not going away anytime soon. Because remember, we still got those two that's in the mix. We got Finn Juice that's doing their thing over on Impact Wrestling. We've got, I can't think of his name right now, but I was ranting and raving about him. He actually had a really good match at Impact's Under Siege. Il Fantasmo? I think it might have been Il Fantasmo. He was also over there from New Japan as well. So yeah, you got all that that's going on. So, and then what about the New Japan talent? What's going to happen with them if they were to work out this deal with WWE and all that? Would that mean that we would be seeing New Japan talent stretched across all the brands or just one specific brand? You know, what exactly is going on there? So Dave Meltzer was really the one that had pretty much, got the ball rolling and everything, as he talked about how New Japan Pro Wrestling and WWE's president Nick Khan have been in talks that would see WWE become the exclusive American partner for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Apparently the talks have been going on since March, maybe April, but again, not known right now where things stand between the company and everything. So this is a very, very interesting dynamic, because when you go back and you think about WWE saying a couple of months ago, no, we're definitely, promotional friendly. We would have no problem working with other promotions. It's just all about, what's the best presentable way that, our talent would be, presented under said company, and then how exactly would we work on the promotion, doing business with them. How would we be able to transplant that talent into our brands? And, understand, we haven't seen WWE really do anything with other promotions, not since 1997, give or take, as far as like on a regular basis, not really since 1997. And then you could find other instances in previous years than 97. So, I mean, it's been a good minute right here. I definitely would love to, goddamn, that was loud as fuck, by the way. Let me turn that down. Oh man, that was super loud. I would love to see, that's how I turn it down. I would love to see something, there we go. I would love to see something pan out where WWE and New Japan are able to do something. I personally would. And not for nothing, I think it's funny that we got a bunch of people that got their panties all in a bunch over the idea of New Japan doing something with WWE. Meanwhile, these have been the same goddamn fans over the years, long before AEW even came into existence. These have been the same fans that have been wanting to see WWE try to have some type of a working relationship with other companies. They have been craving, they have been yearning for it. So I don't quite understand. And to the question that's being asked about the Spanish commentators, first of all, for which show, we have no idea what you're talking about. So you got to elaborate a little bit more, because we have no idea what you're talking about. If you're referring to AEW Dynamite tonight, all we saw was the watch along for Dynamite. They forgot to turn off the, all we had were the English guys. So apparently, during Dynamite, they forgot to turn off the microphones during commercials. Dasha Gonzalez said that she wanted to sleep. Willie Urbana, Alex Arbrajantes, and Thunder Rosa were making fun of Sheeta's English. They are so bad. English table is 1,000 times better. If that actually did happen on tonight's Dynamite, I definitely, first of all, would imagine that all the wrestling sites are gonna capitalize on reporting that, and then furthermore, cause see, right now I'm making my rounds and I'm not seeing anything of that being in circulation right now. So give me a quick second here. And let's see what we got here. Because I'll tell you guys straight up, you definitely want to be paying attention to Matthew of Botchamania and AEW Botches on Twitter, because stuff like that falls under their category and they're pretty quick to freaking point that out. Let's see what we got here. I'm seeing something in Spanish that was from about an hour ago. Let me translate here. Yeah, so officially, apparently, commentators in Spanish from AEW made fun of the Japanese accent of Shida during the advertising break prior to, wow. So this comes off like it was not part of the storyline. So if it was not part of the storyline, and by all accounts, it would appear as though, give me a second here, I'm just researching this in real time. It's kind of when you're trying to confirm shit in real time. I'm researching this as it is. I'm sorry for the silence here, but okay, so we got some audio. All right, let's play this audio here.
Ni Willie Kagashida.
Willie Kagashida.
Ni Willie Kagashida.
Willie Kagashida.
¡Cállate!
¡No manches! Le voy a aventar la pluma si usted no se lo avienta.
Ella habla inglés. Qué malo.
Pausado. Bonito. Ni Willie Kagashida.
Willie Kagashida.
I'm at a loss for words. I really am. I don't want to latch on to this because I tell you guys constantly on the shows that this type of society we're in right now is very reactionary. And sadly, we react without having all the facts, without having the complete story before we're able to really, okay, matter of fact, this is how it is, nothing but the facts. So the last thing I want to do is be reactionary to this. I want to try to be a man of my word when it comes to stuff like that. If this was unintentional and legit, it was a hot mic, then you can definitely expect for there to be some significant fallout from this with all of these parties. There's no telling to what degree this may damage Thunder Rosa and her usage in the AEW roster and all that. She may have put herself in a pretty bad position where, victim by association, she may have put herself in a pretty bad position, whether she tried to speak up, tell people to shut the fuck up, or, hey, don't say that. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? What the hell? Just by guilt, of association, she's connected by association. She's going to catch blowback from this. So on the one hand, you can't help but think about her in AEW. What does that mean for her tenure going forward? Is Tony Khan and them pretty much going to say, okay, you know what? We're kind of right now. Let's just back off. Let's just back off with Thunder Rosa for right now. Maybe we'll come back 6 months from now, or at a later date. So I mean, that's not really good. Furthermore, the working relationship that NWA had going on, or currently have going on, with AEW, depending on how Khan and them feel about Thunder Rosa's role in this, out of that 100%, she's definitely 10% of that, sadly, by association. So, depending on what happens right there, could have some serious ramifications that'll trickle down to what's going on with Serena Deeb and the NWA Women's title, and the fact that we continue to see Serena Deeb on AEW programming. I don't really think Serena Deeb should be put in, because she's totally innocent, but you guys need to be thinking like that. That's how I need you guys to be thinking. There could be some serious ramifications of this, assuming that the hot mic was legit. Dasha Fuentes, a little bit surprised by Dasha. It's the first time I've ever really heard Dasha, but to Dasha, I can't really say that Dasha's credit, can I? I can't really say that, but Dasha and Thunder Rosa in there in the background egging on like that, not cool. AEW announcer Willie Urbana, I've complimented him a lot in the past. Enjoyed his work, particularly when he was popping up there with Pentagon there. He is going to be the one that's going to have the strictest and harshest punishment. I truly believe that he's going to be out of a job as a result of what he put out there. As a result of what he put out there, he is going to be out of a job. Again, just following. I'm not trying to be reactionary. I'm just go with the notion this is legit. He's the one that's definitely going to be catching the brute force of this. I would not be surprised if he were to be released. We are at a all-time high right now in regards to race relations. You see the news, you see what's going on with the protests, police brutality. This is just, all these Asian hate crimes that's been going on nationwide. It's fucking disgusting. So to hear something like this, of all people, I've never in all my years heard of a Hispanic person making fun of Chinese, Korean. I've never heard that before. Making fun of their English and all that. I've never heard that before. Because if anybody can relate to being an immigrant in a foreign country that you don't know anything about, and you're pretty much at the basics, and you're pretty much from the ground up trying to build yourself up, trying to build your family and everything. If anybody can relate to what it's like to be struggling as an immigrant in a new territory, Hispanics that were not born in America, they definitely, and it's so weird because I've worked for many places over the years where I've seen such great multiracial cultures and just great diversities, people that are just able to work together and everything, and they're always able to find a really cool, common ground and everything. So I find it kind of interesting that, something like this had came about. As far as this guy being a main commentator on TNA, look, I could care less about that. The only thing I'm more interested in right now is what is he doing currently. Currently, he's doing his thing for AEW. Obviously, there's going to be some serious ramifications of that suspension, fine, and or honestly, you just go right to termination. Fuck all that and just go right to termination. any other jobs that he's doing, those could be greatly affected as well. So, I don't have anything more I can say in regards to this until more information is brought forth. But, that's my 2 cents from a distance. We'll have to see where it goes from there. But that's my 2 cents on that from a distance. Doesn't sound good, but I do see that it's picking up some traction online. And I'm a little bit surprised that the other... Give them till tomorrow. I would suspect that tomorrow a lot of the websites are definitely going to be reporting this. Just give it a little bit of time, but that's unfortunate. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling, man. So before we got into that, because you guys have no idea, I got to actually get up for work early in the morning. So I humbly apologize, because I didn't mean to go that long talking about that particular topic. But this is how the show works sometimes. Sometimes we get some news in real time, and, we pretty much got to react to it in that fashion. So I think we pretty much had got done talking about no, we didn't. We were talking about the WWE New Japan Pro Wrestling thing. Yeah, so the same fans that, are been saying for years they wanted for WWE to reach out to other promotions and everything. I think it's hilarious that we have a good vocal majority of fans that are trying to bash WWE and look at them trying to get on the AEW bandwagon and seeing how AEW is, and it's like, where you guys been? WWE has had a notorious reputation for in the past working with other promotions. It's just been a case right now where the right one kind of hasn't been coming along. I mean, for God fucking sake, they were working with Evolve recently. I mean, FCW, OVW. So I mean, let's not try to make it seem like WWE is trying to be the popular kid on the block and trying to, follow in suit with. No, let's just throw that out the fucking door. It's not even like that at all. And not for nothing, but here's where some more experience comes in here. I am a active member of the WWE Fan Council. And basically, a lot of the merchandise that you see that's floating around, programming, things of that nature, we pretty much get surveyed about all of that shit. Particularly, I remember a couple of years back, WWE, and this really should not surprise anybody, but I remember about 2 to maybe 3 years ago, there was a survey that was put out for us fan council members, and it had to do with WWE Network programming. And WWE wanted to know, hey, would you be interested in checking out New Japan Pro Wrestling content on the network? And, it was interesting how they pretty much had gave us the information, how everything led up to that. Because I remember one of the questions, hey, what other wrestling promotions do you check out besides WWE? And I remember there was some options there. I think there might have been even another one. And it was nice how it just transitioned into New Japan. They asked about New Japan. They asked about Ring of Honor. I want to say they even asked about CZW. I'll try to see during the weekend if I can actually dig up that survey. I'm sure it's somewhere floating around, but they definitely asked about New Japan, to the point they even had brought up the question of, okay, pretty much, hypothetically speaking, we get New Japan, but let's just say the New Japan content, it would be available on a higher tier. Would you be willing to pay a higher tier to be able to watch the New Japan content? And it was like, yeah. And I remember that week, all the podcasts, all the dirt sheets, that you just couldn't help but wonder. So what's going on here? Is New Japan getting ready to do something with WWE? What's going on here? And remember, guys, there was even that one report, again, long before AEW came about. there was a report that was floating around. Do your research. Where WWE was trying to see about acquiring the New Japan Pro Wrestling library. I don't know if they were just trying to get like the entire library, like everything that New Japan has put out in its history, or if they were only trying to get up to a certain point. But there was even discussion there where they were trying to see about obtaining the New Japan Pro Wrestling library, and if New Japan Pro Wrestling was for sale or some shit like that. And I remember the New Japan Pro Wrestling president, he pretty much was like, nah, we're good. We're pretty much comfortable doing our own thing right now. We appreciate WWE, but, no, we're good. We're all right. Kind of funny how the same fans some years back that were clamoring and just salivating at that idea, now it's, WWE, all that shit. Tony Khan. He made the news in regards to everything that came about here with these rumors between WWE and New Japan. He called out new WWE Chief Revenue Officer Nick Khan over those rumors. And, they obviously have a shared name there. But here's what he had to say. As we get ready to go live tonight, Dynamite on TNT, I just wanted to address as the Forbidden Door. I just read in the Observer today that New Japan Pro Wrestling has apparently had talks with WWE's president Nick Khan. Well, Nick, I have to say, if you've been talking to New Japan Pro Wrestling for 2 months, you've gotten a lot done. Just in the last 2 weeks, I've had Yuji Nagata, Ren Narita, and Rocky Romero on AEW. I've reunited Roppongi Vice. I've had the New Japan IWGP US Champion Jon Moxley defend the title successfully on our show, retaining it. And I have future plans with New Japan Pro Wrestling for the US title. So you must have really gotten a lot done in the 2 months, Nick. In fact, I think there's only room for one Khan in the wrestling business, Nick. And it's me. It's Tony Khan. It's not some con man from Connecticut. Have a fun show tonight, Nick. See you on Dynamite. And of course, fun show, kind of taking a little bit of a jab there to Friday Night SmackDown and everything. I'm not surprised Tony Khan had reacted to this news. I'm not surprised one little bit by it. Way to come off a little bit rattled though. It's like, honestly, you don't have to suck your own dick. That's my message to anybody. Look, when you're doing your business right, you handling it right, your shit don't stink, you ain't gotta broadcast it. You know why? Because it's the people that are around you. Your loved ones, your friends, your family, your colleagues, they're going to be the ones that's going to be singing your praises. They're going to be talking about everything that you've been achieving within recent weeks and everything. I know this was tongue in cheek, but really this was kind of one of those cases where Tony Khan really did not even need to say anything in regards to this. He really didn't. If anything, it's just kind of, me personally, if I'm an executive and I hear this report that's floating around, and if I've already got some type of a relationship going on with New Japan, one of the first things I'm going to do is actually quietly, professionally reach out to the people at New Japan. Hey, I'm hearing this report about you guys are supposed to be doing something with WWE here. Any truth to that? Have you guys been in talks? Like, what exactly is going on here? And get the 411. It would be no different than perfect example. Perfect. No, I actually ain't going to tell you that one. I ain't going to tell you that one. But it would be no different than, let's say you're at work. Somebody that you can't stand. all of a sudden, for whatever respective reason, when it's all said and done, they're just a crappy coworker. You don't like them. You show up one day, they're not there. You show up for your next shift, they're not there. You're kind of putting two and two together, and but you want to be sure. So quietly, you go, maybe you got a friend or two in upper management, and you go find out, oh yeah, they actually got let go, and you're like, oh, okay, cool, right? There's ways you can go about getting the information without broadcasting and all that, and I can just picture the Jim Cornettes and other guys that are gonna be just grilling fucking Tony Khan, because number one, with this type of release that he put out there, I can just see it right now. Oh, he's making himself come off as such a fucking mark. Biggest mark of all, a mark for himself. I can see it like a mile away. And I don't blame the Cornettes or wrestling fans that think like that. I don't. It's like my message to Khan. It's like, don't worry about what they're doing. Just worry about what the fuck you're doing. Okay, you've done more in 2 months than what they have been able to do within recent weeks or whatever, 2 weeks or whatever the fuck it is. You've done more than, okay, that's good. You don't need to broadcast that. The fans already know. Why do you think you have the 800,000 plus K fans that check out your content every single week? They love the great diversity that you guys have, from the women to the different promotions that you all are working with, to the great diversity in the talents that you have. I mean, black, white, straight, gay, transgendered. I mean, pick a card, any card. I mean, they got the really best of all representations. So, when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you don't need to suck your own dick and self-broadcast. Your fans will actually do it for you. Mentioning that you were reading in the Observer, like, don't nobody need to know how you go about getting your information and all of that other shit. It's bad enough you got some people that feel Dave Meltzer is in the pocket of Tony Khan and AEW and a few other guys. You don't need to be broadcast. Man, no, just quietly handle your fucking business. That's how you fucking do it. Look, if a motherfucker owes me money, you think I'm going to be broadcasting to every single body that'll listen to me how some dumb fuck owes me money? No, I'm going to quietly handle my fucking business, and that motherfucker that owes me money, I'm going to quietly handle my business, and I'm going to get my fucking paper, or that motherfucker never asks me for money again. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. You don't need to broadcast your shit. Seriously. If WWE is doing something, good for them. Good for them. Best of luck. If you got to put out some type of statement, hey, I heard that WWE, well, if they are, best of luck to them. Hope things work out. But hey, WWE, you guys don't need to look that far if you're looking for a partner to do something with as far as collaborations go. Hey, we had a phenomenal Broken Skull Sessions. Look at the numbers we did for that. Just saying, WWE, you got our number. We ain't that far. Hell, we're just down the street from you right now. Leave it at that. Leave it at that. I don't care if he was trying to be funny. I don't care if he was trying to be, you gotta care about the optics. You gotta care about the optics, because what may seem funny and harmless and I'm just having fun. I'm just trying to play up to my little character that I be having on TV sometimes in the little commercials and all that. What you may perceive as, sadly, and look, this isn't me grilling Tony Khan in any type of way. It's not. If you check out enough of the shows, I'm very pro AEW. There's been times where I've had issues with some of the stuff they've been doing on their shows. And when they have done some shit that I have not liked, I have very constructively provided that feedback, ways of improvement and everything. So this definitely is not me taking any shit on Tony Khan. I just want him to really kind of take a step back, because I've been saying this for the longest time, for long-time listeners that's been checking out the shows. You know, sometimes it kind of feels as though Tony Khan is just out there hanging on his own, and there isn't that person that will reel him back and essentially give it to him right between the eyes. You know, that one, everybody's got that one friend, that one definitive friend that no matter what day of the week it is, they will always be real with you 100%. They will not lie to you just to make you feel good, just so they won't break your little heart, just so no, they're going to give it to you straight up, 100% truthful every single time, because they really do care about you and they have your best interests at heart. And there's been so many instances since AEW's inception where it really feels as though Tony Khan is just hanging out there and he's pretty much getting such significant blowback that he's kind of learning on the fly, like, oh man, oh well, that was kind of wrong. And it just feels like nobody really has his fucking back. And it's kind of sad sometimes. It's kind of sad sometimes. Anyway, moving along. So WWE release. Mainly a lot of people from the WWE social media side of things, digital side of things, a lot of people have pretty much been relieved of their duties, as they've pretty much done with these releases and really tried to group everything under one WWE media umbrella, as Kevin Dunn has even more power than ever right now, as pretty much Kevin Dunn is overseeing the digital side of things, somewhat media side of things for WWE. So even more fucking power he's having right there. Shout out to the good kind folks at Fightful. They're putting a report out there that Josiah Williams, who you all know was providing music for WWE, even that nice little catchy new theme song for Cameron Grimes. And if I'm not mistaken, Williams was also responsible for that nice kick-ass theme of the last NXT TakeOver event that I was really fucking with. If I'm not mistaken, he was the one that was behind that as well. Well, he got released from WWE this week. He was also part of the cuts to staff that had took place earlier this week. And it's kind of sad, because for his non-WWE projects, you all know he was the creator of Russell and Flow, and he was making music out of that. He was providing music for ROH and AEW, and he even did the theme song, if I'm not mistaken, for Shawn Spears. So kind of sucks. You know, it kind of sucks. He was previously released from WWE in 2020, if you guys recall, but they eventually had him come on back, and I think it was TakeOver Vengeance Day, and I just loved the way he flowed on that. He flowed so fucking good for that fucking intro. I was like, yo, this shit's bomb. I'm like, have him do this for all the joints. But yeah, he fucking got released. So you also saw him a couple of times where he was part of the NXT live event crew. If you were lucky, he also did some backstage interviews. He also did the remix most recently for Adam Cole's theme at TakeOver 25. So, you know, that kind of sucks, because brother was definitely talented. Definitely very, very talented. But you know what? As I always am a firm believer in, one door closes, another one opens. Everything happens for a reason. As long as you continue to be determined, continue to stay hungry, continue to stay focused, but always humbled at the same time, you're going to get to where you need to be. You know, you will. You know, it's kind of interesting because I had a conversation with a coworker of mine who I already miss dearly. I never, you know, I don't usually wear my emotions on my sleeve like that, especially when, you know, I actually care for somebody. But, you know, one coworker of mine, Jenna is her name. I had grew very fondly of her over the course of the year. I loved the opportunities I had in talking with her. And even though she was a few years older than me, I'm 40 and I think she's 48 going on 49 or 49 going on 50. There's a lot we have in common and everything. And I just gel well. I don't know what it is, but I've always found personally I click a lot with females. I don't know what it is, but all my life I have always had, as far as friends go, vast majority have been females as opposed to men. I don't know why that is. I really could not tell you. But it's kind of like a heart-to-heart conversation. Last two conversations I had with her, because now she pretty much is moving down to Florida. And I remember just, telling her where my headspace is at right now. And pretty much, I kind of went through that period there where I actually doubted myself, the self-worth. There's this whole bunch of shit that was just going on. And kind of like my girl, she kind of also gave me a little bit of food for thought and everything. And the very last conversation I had with her was actually earlier tonight. And she said, Lee, you seem like you got a really good head on your shoulders. You're smart as fuck. She's like, I like smart guys, by the way. She's like, trust me when I say this. You just stay the course. You're going to get to where you need to be. And I said, yeah. I said, I know my worth now. Now it's just about going out there and getting it, staying hungry, staying focused. And she said, exactly. Just stay at it, keep at it, and you're definitely going to get there. By the sound of it, you're halfway there. It's like, you just gotta keep doing it. Like, exactly. And, so, I hope for this young brother, nothing, and all the people that got released recently, I hope that they all bounce back and everything. I know everybody wants to keep talking about, WWE, they got all this fucking money. They can do this, but they can't do that. They can do this, but they can't do that. And it's like, again, it's all about, your budget. It's all about your budget. It's all about your budget. It's easy for people to say, why can't they do this? Well, why can't they do that? Well, why can't they do this? And why can't they do that? And you just drive yourself crazy when you go. I will use the same analogy from a couple of weeks ago yet again. It's easy to say that, but when it's actually you that's in charge of the books, and it's you that's in charge of, okay, here you go. Here's how much money you got coming in for the entire month. And here is your financial responsibilities. And here is how much money we expect for you to have left over to try and make a plus positive gain, if any. So it's real easy for us to, they should have done this. They should have done that. But when you're the one that's in charge of the books, and you've got to try to figure out, okay, how can we keep what we got here and try to stay cash flow positive, but, we also got to meet these demands over here, and we definitely got to meet the demands here for our shareholders and stocks, and, research your shit, people. I can't stress enough. Research your shit. Sure, it's real cool. It comes off real cool saying, why can't WWE or insert the name of the promotion? It's real easy to just say that, and, you get those clicks. You get those, yeah, brother, I agree with you. Yeah, fuck yeah, man, fuck that company. It's real easy. But when you actually really take the time out and you do the research, let me tell you something. Until you have actually lived the real world on your own, no parents helping you, no financial aid from the government or anything like that as your crutch. Until you're in that position where, okay, I am responsible for my own transportation. I am responsible for my own groceries. I am responsible for my own house, my own roof over my head, boarding and all that. I am responsible for my car. That still falls under transportation. I am responsible for insert. Oh, but at the same time, in order to pull all of this off, last thing I want to do is just be getting by. And once I've paid everybody what they need to be getting, I'm at a big fat zero until the next time I get paid. No. I want to be able to take care of everybody and have a plus gain. You got to think, until you've lived that life and you've actually juggled the books for your own life, don't be talking about shit that you have no idea about, because it's a whole different beast when you're out there on your own. Just you'll find out. For those of you that's younger, you'll fucking find out. But I know for a majority of our audience, because the majority of our audience, I see you guys, age demographic wise, you guys are like 18 to 54. You know the real deal. But our younger audience that's still just kind of scratching the surface, like the 13 to 17-year-olds, just scratching the surface, just trying to, you'll get there. You'll get there in due time. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Other than that, I was talking about some of those cuts that had came about. We talked about the media group that had met the division and everything. We talked about Kevin Dunn. Yeah, so we're pretty much updated on that. Other than that, NXT. Can we talk NXT? I want to say I had put out a ratings projection for NXT. I'm just trying to remember what the number was that I put out for you guys. I kind of feel as though the numbers might have been 700 and I don't know. I got to go back and listen to the episode, but I kind of feel like maybe 754,000 is what I was shooting for this week, because I felt it was a pretty strong episode with some pretty solid matches and everything. Well, we got the official number. Rating and audience for this week's NXT slipped even lower compared to last week's, the week before's numbers. It looks like Tuesday's episode brought in a 0.13 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic, and that pretty much topped it off at 698,000 viewers. Those numbers are down 13% and less than 1% from last week's 0.15 demo rating that had an audience of 700,000. So this demo rating right now, it marks the lowest point of the Tuesday night era of NXT thus far. I should say thus far. While the audience came close to the low, which was the 697,000 from 2 weeks ago. The rating was the lowest since the March 17th episode, which drew a 0.13. So, again, two main numbers you want to home in on. Last week was 700,000. This week was 698,000. So they could not even break the 700s. That's just a hit fucking, it almost kind of feels as though we're kind of getting to that point where, well, AEW, you thrived because NXT was also on at the same time, and in NXT you benefited because AEW was on at the same time. So both benefited from each other, and now that they are essentially apart, yeah, sure, AEW was looking pretty damn good there those first couple of weeks, but now we're kind of, it's kind of getting lower. Meanwhile, NXT, it's getting lower, kind of steady, but it's getting lower. As far as NXT segment breakdowns, I'm trying to see if we got that right now. for you guys. I don't think we do, but let me just check here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything for the ratings breakdown just yet, but let me check one more thing. So Tuesday was the 25th. So hang on a second. Tuesday was the 25th. Let me just see here. Yeah. Nothing yet. Hang on. Well, wait a minute. I might actually have something. Give me a second here, guys. No. Let me see here. Let's see. Yeah, nothing yet. It's so sad too, because as far as ratings go, I tell you, one site that used to be pretty reputable, not even worth mentioning the name anymore. I guess they decided that it was going to be too expensive to stay on top of updating the site and making sure plugins, all that was working good and everything, because that site has pretty much been abandoned. And now it's kind of one of those type of deals where it's like, yeah, if you're trying to get some numbers, yeah, buddy, you really gotta fucking hustle for some fucking numbers. So I'm not seeing any NXT quarter segment breakdowns just yet. So hopefully we'll have that before the weekend is out, and then we'll definitely talk about it on Monday. Cardi B, there's a little rumor going around. I don't really like talking about rumors and speculation, but this one piqued my interest. WWE supposedly is very interested in possibly having Cardi B host SummerSlam. I'm loving this idea. Remember, SummerSlam is going to be going down August 21st, but no location has been revealed yet as far as who's going to get the winner for SummerSlam. No deal has been finalized just yet for Cardi B, but kind of interesting there because WWE had announced on SmackDown earlier tonight. This much I did catch, and no, we aren't talking about SmackDown here tonight because I sadly did not get to watch SmackDown, but from what I had heard from a couple of people that were texting me, apparently SmackDown tonight had used Cardi B's Up as the single for SummerSlam. So look, if they're able to do something with Cardi B, I think that's damn good. Look, they had great success with Bad Bunny. Man, if you're able to capitalize and do something with Cardi, why not? Fucking go there. Look, whoever has been in charge of the music, whether it's for the pay-per-views or just, hey, we want to have these talents perform, whoever they've been tapping into as of late, they need to give that person a significant raise, because that motherfucker or motherfuckers have been having their finger on the pulse as far as what's going on in the music scene and pop culture and all that. They've been doing a good job staying current. So keep at it. If they can get Cardi B, you ain't going to see me complain. Shit, I'm definitely going to be embracing that. Let's see. Velvet Dream news for you guys. Got an updated joint for Velveteen Dream. By the way, appreciate those of you that had checked out, what was it, Monday's RCWR show, where we kind of talked at length about what was going on there with Velveteen Dream and all. So in some new information that came out, rumblings have it that Dream's firing had nothing to do with the accusations or anything that was made public about him. Instead, supposedly he was fired after an incident that had saw one of the top stars report to management about it. And right now there's just no details on what exactly was that incident about, what did it all entail. Nothing yet. So, and of course, last thing we had talked about from Monday's show was the fact that Dream had claim that the screenshots, accusations, we went into all of that. I put timestamps on Monday's show so you guys can go back and actually, for those of you that didn't hear the Velveteen Dream discussion, I put timestamps on the YouTube video. I had put the timestamps. It's a lot easier for you guys when you're checking out the audio. Because you could pretty much just seek and you can pretty much find that way. But for the YouTube video, timestamps are in there for you guys to check out. So have at it when you guys get a chance. And other than that, that's it. That's really it. We can pretty much stick a fork in it. We can call this show DONE done. Before I roll out, though, I definitely want to get into shout-outs. Got to make sure I show the familiar. First of all, shout out to my friend, my brother in arms, Anthony Missionary Thomas. Soup, hang in there, brother. You sounded pretty good this week. Sound like you kind of finding your smile again, to quote Shawn Michaels. So, love you guys. Make sure you check out Wrestling Soup Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Shout out to Don Tony. Much love to you, my friend. Got my fingers crossed for you. Hope that your blood work and all that comes back okay. Shout out to you as always. Shout out to our Patreon familia, patreon.com/RCWR show. That's where you can go check out bonus audio video content. Won't be able to find anywhere else. Shout out to longtime RCWR show supporter, listener, Gino Morgan. Gino. Shout out to Michael Wolf, JD Davis. Shout out to Freddie, longtime mega supporter of the RCWR show, Freddie. Shout out to Freddie. Shout out to Tony Bean Gaming. He went the very latest in all things Marvel Strike Force, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, Marvel's Avengers, Tony Bean Gaming, tips, tricks, news, walkthroughs, reviews. Check him out. Also, check out my man, Cynic Alex. I love Cynic Alex. I've been checking out his content a lot more. All he covers is Marvel Future Fight, but he does such a phenomenal job covering Marvel Future Fight. He is like the go-to. Him and Beast Gaming Mode, but more so Cynic Alex. That's I just love the quirkiness about him, and he gets matter of fact right to the point. I love that about him. Shout out to Screaming Bulls 1, a fantastic wrestling sculptor. If you need custom figures or bust made, hit him up. Screaming Bulls 1 on Twitter. Screaming Bulls 1. Put in the actual number 1. Am I forgetting anybody else? I don't think I'm forgetting anybody. Shout out to those of you that tuned in live. You watched the hangout, and you pretty much were here for the post show. Shout out to you guys. Those of you that's going to be checking out the audio version of this, you made it up to this point. Mad love and support as always. So the quick programming notes. There's only 2 more shows. Only 2 more shows. Really 1, and then our season finale. So, really 2 shows left. Sunday, after Double or Nothing, I'm going to be live with the post show. Tune in. Monday, 31st of May, Memorial Day. It's pretty much over and done with. After Raw goes off the air, tune in. That's the season finale of the RCWR show. After that, your man is going to be spending the rest of the week preparing for the wedding, actual wedding day, and then the honeymoon. So after the 31st, I'm not going to be back on the air until the week of June the 15th. So make sure you represent. Check out the last 2 shows that we got lined up for you guys. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. One thing that I did not get into, and you'll notice I didn't get into it just yet. I'm not going to get into it until Monday. Ultimate Warrior. Yes, I watched the Ultimate Warrior special on A&E. I have not watched the Warrior special from the Dark Side of the Ring, guys. From what I've been gathering so far, the Dark Side of the Ring episode received a lot of great praise. The shit that Dana Warrior was putting out there, a lot of people pretty much crapped on that. And rightfully so. A lot of people felt that the Dark Side of the Ring episode was a more accurate, honest, really from the heart breakdown of Ultimate Warrior, and was not a hit 'em up, bash 'em piece, as many were kind of led to believe initially, really stemming from what Dana Warrior had put out there on social media. So by Monday, I will definitely have seen the Dark Side of the Ring episode, and I will talk a lot more about who I felt had the better episode. So that's going to be part of what we'll talk about on Monday, but that is going to do it. So looks like when it's all said and done, you guys got yourselves, at least the audio version, you guys pretty much got yourselves about, I would say, almost a 2-hour show. So that's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. Get at me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Love the new people I've seen that's been following me on Instagram. But do me a favor, if you end up following me on Instagram, please don't have a locked account. If you do have a locked account, at least send me a private message on Instagram letting me know who you are. You know, maybe you could say something like, you know, hey, I sometimes comment on your show under this handle. Or, you know, hey, I actually listen to your show. That way I know who you are, because when I see accounts that have their shit set to private, I'm not going to follow you back, just so you know, because it's like my shit's out in the open. I don't have anything that's on private. Like, for the most part, I'm an open book. What the fuck? So if you happen to follow me on Instagram, just make sure you at least send me a little DM so I know who you are. But yeah, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, use keywords, the RCWR show. And until next go round, wishing all y'all to be safe and most importantly, be kind to one another as you exit. Make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe button and that bell notification. That lets the YouTube community know you enjoyed yourself and you're pretty much recommending it for others to check out. All right? Be safe and be kind to one another, y'all. Peace. I'll check y'all out for Double or Nothing this Sunday.